Ace, what am I even saying? Welcome. It is time. You look so shifty.
I don't know. I never know what faces to make or like what to do when we start. So I always just pick some weird thing like mean mugging the camera or
Yeah,
just like who me couldn't be.
yeah. That one looked like you were trying to, I don't know, like scope out a bank to, or like you had just robbed a bank and you were kind of looking, and you have like a burlap sack of coins that you're running away with a big dollar sign painted on it.
Yeah. I'm Edward G. Moneybag. See.
Classic Edward G over here. My special guest today, Edward G. Moneybags here.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a bunch of bag of money. See.
Well, welcome, Sir Moneybags. Welcome, one and all, to another Talk Tuesday here on the Experience Point. We are gonna get into some stuff today. Some pretty cool things. Just to set up off the top, and obviously not going to jump into it quite yet, but we are going to be talking about, if you heard or if you didn't, here's a refresher. I had this idea of doing some more media trades. We had done the kind of like, you watched the first season of Arcane, I watched a bunch of Bluey, we talked about that. That was so much fun, and I loved it. And one of my favorite things that we did here on Talk Tuesdays. And I was like, I want to do more of this. Obviously, what's a sustainable amount of time for both of us to commit to? Mostly you. And I was like, what if we did one every quarter of the year? So then it kind of became quarterly quests. So we send each other on quests. And it's sort of like, I don't know, it feels kind of like a book club, but we're not experiencing the same thing. It's different things. So you quested me to watch 2 movies. I quested you to watch, or charged you to watch 2 movies. And we will be talking about those and revealing those in due time. But first, I must ask, how was the fortnight?
Oh, you mean the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, and I do mean that in not the video game way. The last 2 weeks.
Like, I've never played Fortnite. I don't know where you're going. I have been playing a fuck ton of Horizon Forbidden West.
Yes, I've briefly went into one of your streams.
I am over 50 hours into it.
Holy shit. Nice.
Yeah, dude. It's worked out. So this is the reason I was saying, like, I don't know, like when we were talking about like doing games, I don't know if I'm going to be able to commit to long ones or not, cuz like right now, like if I am 5 weeks ahead on recording. And I'm able to edit. So normally when my wife comes home from work, I've been with my daughter all day, and to get a break, I usually go upstairs, and that's when I do my editing before my daughter goes to bed.
Yeah.
Just so I can just have some personal time just away type of thing. So I've been able to catch up on all the editing and everything like whatnot. I do actually have to do some editing tomorrow too. But anyway, so I've been able to do that. So I'm 5 weeks ahead. I haven't I still have to find time for editing and everything. But because I'm like 5 weeks ahead in terms of recording, that gives me time in the evening to like do shit. Like I have to start scheduling the next recording sessions. But like I've had the last 2.5, like week and a half, I would say. It's been about 2 weeks, I should say, of free time in the evenings. And I've been using that to burn through the longest game I have to cover for the show, at least as of right now,
Which is Fortnite.
which is Horizon. Yeah, which is Horizon Forbidden West, and I am 50 hours into it, and I am absolutely hooked. It is so good.
Nice.
Have you played Forbidden West yet?
No, that's on my list. It's coming up somewhere on my future games list. But I loved the first one.
I will not spoil anything for you, obviously, like any story elements. Only thing I will say that like I love both of these equally so far. The first one I would say is more like you could see where they poured a lot of their attention into was like the world building and backstory. In this one, it's more it's world building in terms of lore, in terms of like cultural world building. There's a lot more detail and nuance because you meet a lot of different like civilizations in this,
Yeah, more
and
than
there's
the
a
first.
lot of, yeah, it feels more fleshed out than the first.
Hmm.
Like the first, like you don't really know too many of like the Karja's like customs, other than that they were like there was the Mad Sun King and he fucking like had the red raids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, and you get a little bit of the Nora, but you're done with the Nora so early on. Other than the proving at the very beginning, like you really don't know,
Yeah.
like you don't get a whole lot. You know what I mean? In this, like one of the first, you meet a tribe called the Utaru. I'm not going to say any of the spoiler stuff for like story elements with that, but one of the cool aspects about the Utaru is that they're like a very plant-based agricultural society.
Oh, okay.
And when they are young, I don't know what age, I don't know if it's like a coming of age thing or if it's something they choose when they're like 3 or 4 years old or something like that, but at some point in their childhood they choose like their favorite type of plant, and then when they do that they get a packet of seeds of that plant that they wear around in the pouch around their neck, and then when they die their loved ones plant those seeds in their honor.
Oh.
Just, oh my god, it was like the most beautiful thing, just like learning about the lore of that. And then you have that in contrast with the Tanakh, which is a much more violent. I was about to say savage, but that could be problematic because you're talking about
Yeah.
it very clearly inspired by indigenous,
Yeah.
um, like I'm not going to say it's like one to one because I don't know enough about indigenous culture, but it's very clearly inspired by it.
Yeah. I mean, even the Nora in
And
the first one are very like
yeah,
Native
extremely so.
American Indian.
But like it's really cool seeing the contrast with it. Like you get a little bit of the Karja in this. You don't really
Hmm.
see too many Nora, but there's a lot like I think like the side characters are significantly more fleshed out and a lot more engaging than in the
Wow.
first game.
Yeah, that was kind of a low point of the storylines involving all the side characters. I thought were really interesting, but it's just like surrounding circumstances, like the characters themselves. I thought, aside from like Rost and maybe this is just adding to the point, the guy with the mutton chops, whose name I don't even remember, there,
Errand.
Aaron. Yeah, there weren't a whole lot of like really interesting characters,
Yeah.
side characters, anyway. And
They're they
God rest his soul, freaking Lance Reddick's character.
hmm
I don't
I
know if
think
I'd
my
call him a
camera's
side
freaking
character though.
out
He's a
again.
pretty important character.
Is my camera freaking out again, or is it just me?
Yeah, you're lagging a bit.
All right. I mean, it's frustrating because like at least the audio still works. But here, hold on. Let me go
Audio's.
ahead and just unplug it real quick. Hopefully that doesn't fuck things up too much for you.
I just have to full screen you again.
Let's. Does that fix the issue? That fixes the issue. My computer's like dying slowly.
Oh no, aren't we all?
So
Uh,
and
you
it's
haven't.
just frustrating because I don't have money to we don't have money to repair it anyway.
There
But
you are.
yeah, it's really fucking good. It's
Nice.
really really good.
I love that. Oh, Jimmy just says
Download
solved
more.
your problems. Just download more RAM.
Easy squeezy, lemon squeezy.
That's all you got to do.
And already it's
Nice.
like lagging a little bit, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. At least the audio is like good.
Yeah, it's only when it's really bad video wise does the audio poop out. But yeah, it should be okay. It's been worse. It's been way worse. That's awesome. I really want to play that. It's on my list. I got a PS5. That was the first game I bought with a PS5, and I still haven't played it yet. So
Dude, I've had it. My wife got it for me like 2 years ago, and I haven't touched it until now.
yeah, I know. I'm looking at the shrink wrapped copy of Persona 3 Reload up there that I got for Polisa, but for both of us last Christmas. So like a year and a
Now,
half ago.
real quick, and I'm sorry to cut you off here. I alluded to a big thing offline.
Oh yeah.
So in June,
Hmm.
June 21st or 14th, I think it's 21st, which is a Sunday. My 400th episode is coming out.
Oh, very cool. I did see that post. Okay, yeah. That's awesome.
So you saw that I was trying to get someone then.
I saw that it was. Didn't you say who it was? I thought you said you had someone.
No, I don't have anyone right now.
Oh, maybe I was thinking of another post that you put.
No, so I posted a video, a Instagram reel today, basically saying, hey, 400th episode, and I made a video directed at the guest I want for the 400th episode because
That's what it was.
They're really big. They're a big. They're huge in the podcasting world. They're pretty big just in general, like, but especially in
That's
podcasting. Rude. Oh, you know, not if it's in the right spot.
Hey, Gilmer.
But yeah, right. Where is Gilmer? No, so I reached out and they replied to me and said they would love to come on.
Nice.
And I got the message like maybe 20 minutes before we went live.
Oh, sick.
Maybe an hour. His name is Matt Gorley. He is the producer on Conan O'Brien's podcast.
Oh, wow.
That's not how I know him.
Yeah.
Matt Gorley is big in podcasting. He has done this year is the 20th anniversary of his first podcast, which is called Super Ego. It is like a semi-improvised sketch comedy podcast where they kind of have like funny scenarios, but then the rest of it's all improvised. I didn't listen to a whole lot of it, but I was listening to it today and I'm like, oh shit, this is really my jam right now. I got into Matt Gorley stuff though because he does a James Bond podcast called James Bonding.
Nice.
He has another podcast called Mall Walkin', which is just him and his friend Mark McConville walking around malls,
yeah,
and just narrating stuff. And prior to that, it was Pistol Shrimps Radio, the same podcast feed as Mall Walkin'. It was called Pistol Shrimps Radio, where him and his friend Mark McConville did play-by-play call for his wife's rec league basketball team, Pistol Shrimps.
The Pistol Shrimps.
They know nothing about basketball. That's kind of the whole shtick of it. And my favorite bit from it is every time they would go up to every time a player would get fouled and have to do free throws, they would call it, okay, now it's time for free throw scriptures, because I guess they thought it looked like they were praying when they were like setting it. So then they just make up fake scriptures, like, and then Beelzebub came down from the mountain and told his waffle, weird random stuff, like just all improvised.
Yeah.
And it's really funny.
It was funny when you said that you froze a little bit with your head down and it looked like you were praying.
I mean, my camera is still freezing now I see it. It's freaking the fuck out right now.
Yeah. Let's hope it fixes itself.
I don't know what's going on. My video card's dying. That's the problem. My video card is dying. And that's the most expensive part. And
especially right now.
All of my rig is like pretty old right now. So, I don't know. If I turn off the camera, not unplug it, but just turn it off, would that completely ruin your thing, or no?
No, I don't think so. All
right, let me try turning it off. Oh, maybe it did. No, that's just unplug it again real quick. Plug it back in.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
You every time. That's really annoying.
I'm loving it.
It's really fucking annoying. All right. But yeah, so Matt agreed to come on the podcast. We haven't set a recording time or anything like that. The last message I sent him, he's just like, I told him like when I want the episode out and when I was hoping to record, and he said that time would be fine. So I asked him, do you want to schedule something now, or do you want me to reach out again in like May and see what your schedule's like? And once again, it's freaking the fuck out. Whatever. We can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep rehashing it.
Yeah, audio is mostly okay. So
if I could, I wish I could see just the... Here, let me try a couple things. I closed out of the Twitch stream, so I won't be able to see chat at all.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate, but I'd rather do that, and maybe it'll like lessen the load on my graphics processor, you know?
Yeah. Well,
I can also try closing out of like a bunch of apps that I'm not using right now. I don't know if that's going to fix anything. I don't know. My GPU is kind of poopy right now. It's very frustrating.
That sucks. Yeah, and that's like you were saying, incredibly expensive right now.
Extremely so.
And storage. Like a friend of mine was just telling me about how freaking expensive like just SSDs are.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah,
AI.
I'm lucky that like I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure something out. Plus, technically, Windows 10. I'm still running Windows 10, and they don't support that anymore. But I also don't want to switch over to Windows 11 because fuck AI.
Yeah. I'm not switching over either just because everything works right now. I'm just going to leave it as it is. I don't want to mess with it.
I since I need to update anyway, I might as well just get when I build a new PC eventually, like piecemeal parts together.
Yeah.
I might as well just fucking get a Linux. Just install Linux. You know.
Yeah, you may have to sell the house if you want to build a new PC.
For right now.
Yeah,
Luckily, I do have a gaming laptop that's relatively new. We bought it in like 2021. I want to say maybe
Okay.
2020 with a stimulus check.
That's how I got mine.
Yeah, so I used that, and that's what I'm actually playing a different game on, which I'll save for another Talk Tuesday because we already got a lot to talk about.
We sure do.
But yes, that is the big news. I will stop my ramblings here. I am very. Ooh, it fixed itself.
Yeah, it seems to be okay now.
All right, I'm going to keep it at that. So
Hell yeah.
you'll have to read chat for me.
Oh, word.
But yeah, I'm I'm so excited because I can't express how much like Matt Gorley is like one of my podcasting inspirations. Like
Yeah.
it's his work I have aspired to. The reason I do a Final Fantasy draft every year is because of his James Bond podcast. Now he didn't come up with the draft. I think his co-host Matt Myra did, but like that the whole vibe they created on that is just amazing. And the last podcast of his that I'll shout out because he's the producer of Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. He's on Super Ego. He's on James Bonding. He's on Andy Daly's podcast, the Andy Bananas for Bonanza, which is one of the funniest fucking shows I've ever listened to in my life. That one's very niche. It's hard to explain.
Is it about the TV show, the old TV show Bonanza?
It is, and it's a rewatch of the old TV show Bonanza, but all of the people on it are in character. Like they're doing like Andy Daly is doing the character of Dalton Wilcox, which is the cowboy poet laureate of the West. And he is like Dalton Wilcox is a bad person. Like I'm not just talking about like he kills people. I mean,
Yeah.
His whole shtick is that he will kill anyone he suspects of being a vampire, a monster, a werewolf, and the key phrase in that was that anyone he suspects. So
Yeah.
the way he's also like the character is very racist because it's an old cowboy type
Sure.
of thing. And so he like Andy Daly lays into the absurdity of that.
Yeah.
And it's just he's a really fucking funny improviser. And Matt Gorley is his co-host for that. And then he also it's long dormant, but he did a podcast called I Was There Too, which I might have told you about, Andrew. It's where he interviews people who had small roles within famous scenes in cinema history.
Oh, nice.
So, you know, in Star Wars: A New Hope, when Obi-Wan Kenobi goes, "These are not the droids you're looking for."
These are not the droids you're looking for.
He interviewed the stormtrooper. He said that. Shit like that.
That's great.
So it's a really great podcast. I'm sure you can still find it somewhere, but yeah, I can't, words cannot describe how excited. Like I have a bucket list of guests, and Matt Gorley was like top of it. So I can't believe this worked out.
That's amazing. Yeah, Jimmy said congrats in the chat. I will also second that congrats. I mean, the fact that it means so much to you should be enough on its own, but this is also the guy who's producing Conan O'Brien's podcast. Like what?
Yeah,
that's so
that's
sick.
not even what I care about.
I know.
I don't even want to know. I love Conan O'Brien's podcast too. It's really funny.
Yeah, I've seen
that's
some
not
clips.
even what I care about.
Yeah, but that's like that brings the gravitas to like the lay person who, you know, might not know like what it means to you as a podcaster. Like just to be able to say like, oh yeah, I totally had the producer of Conan O'Brien's podcast on my.
Yep.
The face you got frozen on was very funny.
It's frozen again.
A little bit, yeah. It looks like you're just so done.
Well,
okay, you're back.
Okay, yeah. Now it's freaking out again. God damn it. Whatever. Anyway, so yes, that's the big news. I've been ranting and rambling enough. We can start our quarterly quest if you would like to go first, because I've already been talking a whole bunch.
Okay, well, I also have some preliminary things
my apologies.
that I wanted to get to as well. It's okay. Hopefully it doesn't get much worse quality-wise than this
it's pretty grainy even on my end.
Yeah. Wait, did you have it? Did you pull it back up then?
Nope, I'm just standing perfectly still right now.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
stay perfectly still in the hopes that it doesn't freak out.
Okay. I had a visual, but it's okay. Um, so yeah, it's been 2 weeks. First thing I want to say, just because I don't like when people get lost in the chat. Nubikin right off the gate said henshin right when we started. That is the thing that obviously henshin means transform in Japanese. That's the call out of Kamen Rider. Last week for Talk Tuesday, Polisa was off, and we got to do the thing that we did.
I mean, Polisa was there. Oh, off of work. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Uh,
Losing the thread. Continue.
she was off work because normally she's working right now. She works the exact time that I stream. So having her on for Talk Tuesdays and Girlfriends Days have been really tough. But she's actually going to be able to come on tomorrow as well.
Ooh.
But we did the a year ago, literally to the day, which was ridiculous. We did the watching and ranking all of the Super Sentai openings, and then this year we did Kamen Rider, which there are less of by like a good amount. There's like 2/3 of the amount of Kamen Rider shows as there is Super Sentai shows, and yet I went for longer. We went for longer this time, and it was like 4 hours for the Sentai one.
You're good.
Uh, so we watched 50 intros last year for Super Sentai. There's I forget if it was 36 or 38 Kamen Rider shows. We went 4 hours last year. We went almost 6 hours this year, which is just absurd. It was after I cut out the startup thing and the intro and a little bit of technical issue in the middle. It was like 5.5. But still, it was it was a long ass stream, and it was a blast. We went so long because it was so much fun, and like I genuinely like I don't know. I feel weird about like talking up my own stuff, but like Nubikin, if you're still here, maybe if you want to back me up so it doesn't sound like I'm just being like, oh yeah, God, I'm so amazing. It's my favorite.
You braggadocious
I know.
son of a bitch.
Such a braggadocio. I think it's some of the best content.
Braggadocio.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's a font. I think the Sentai ranking thing and now the Kamen Rider thing are two of the funniest and most entertaining things that I've done on this channel. I love her and I's conversations. I love the way that she like we're both creatives. You know, she's done a lot of the more like acting side of things, modeling, singing, but still, you know, stage. I almost said stage combat for some reason. Like she's in a lot of stage plays and stuff. But like seeing her creative eye of like cinematography and stuff, and also like having us both have completely new to Kamen Rider was fun too, because it was there were ones that people clearly liked that we ranked kind of low, and vice versa. But it was so much fun. Please check that out on YouTube if you can. Not just you, Josh, but anybody. Josh, sit down and watch 6 hours of my own content. That's your next quest. No.
Oh God.
That would be so annoying of me. But yeah, so I wanted to address Nubikin, if you're still here. Thank you for dropping the henshin. And now I have a bunch of Kamen Riders added to my Tokusatsu watch list. So cool. I'll just be watching this stuff until I die.
I know I can see chat again.
Oh,
That's
sick.
what I've been trying to fidget with. I just figured if it's gonna be this shitty anyway, I might as well. Oh God, I'm jumping around like a fucking like GIF. Jesus Christ.
He's just stop motion today, guys. It's okay. Yeah. This is intentional.
I'm gonna unplug the camera one more time, and I'm gonna see if there's like maybe the connector's dirty or something.
Okay.
So, but sorry, continue with what you were saying while I do this.
Well, in the meantime, I don't know what I said in the meantime. What was I saying? We did the Kamen Rider thing. Oh, I wanted to say, like, for today, I'm realizing that we are now a half an hour in. But I wanted to say at the top of the show, today's Trans Day of Visibility. And
yes, it is.
If for some reason you haven't gotten the fact that we are very pro-LGBT here, this is a safe space. To any and all gender expression, and I don't know, you are seen, you are loved, you are welcome. Don't let the fact that we're two straight white guys fool you into thinking that you are nothing but welcome
The
here.
way
So.
you started that sentence, don't let the fact that we're two straight white guys fool you into believing that we're not trained. Like
Yeah.
it sounded like you were about to come out the way that you were like
Well-
leading that on.
Funny you should say no. Yeah, I just want to say that
Yeah,
you are welcome here.
absolutely.
Trans rights, human rights, all of the above. And on a, I was trying to find a way to segue to this, but there isn't. So I will say also,
My camera froze again.
it's okay. It's probably just going to keep doing it.
It's
Whoa.
just frustrating.
I know. On such an austere occasion too.
I know. I just don't understand it. Sorry. Go on.
That's okay. And just as important as the Trans Day visibility, I also just wanted to say I got to 100 followers on Twitch. So, oh my God, we're delayed. Please laugh.
No, I heard you. I said woo,
Oh, I know.
and then I brought my arms up, and then it didn't show up on the stream at all.
No.
So it's great.
So
Fucking
now I just look like a piece of shit.
I'm half tempted to get my gaming laptop out and just use the webcam on that, and like I might do that for the next stream because otherwise I have to go all the way downstairs, rig it all up, plug my mixer into it, all the jazz. But
Yeah.
we'll see. Anyway,
Okay, maybe next
continue.
time. Yeah, I got 100 followers on Twitch, so I was like, that's kind of cool. That's a nice number. It doesn't necessarily mean anything, but thank you all, whether you're watching now
Means
for the first
something?
time. I mean, there's not like a milestone attached to it.
There is an internal milestone.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I did it. Milestones.
Yeah.
Be proud of yourself.
I am. Yeah, still obviously a small creator, streamer, whatever, but I am having a ton of fun doing all this stuff. Other things that I experienced this week / 2 weeks, ZenkaiCon was last weekend. Not last weekend, the weekend before. I will just kind of steamroll through some of the things that I experienced so we can get to our main topic. But it was one of my favorite conventions. It was a ton of fun. It was the 20th anniversary of this con. And I also realized I had been going for 17 of their 20 years, which immediately made me turn gray.
You've been saying you're old since you were like 24.
I know.
You got to stop it at some point.
I'll stop when I actually get old. Maybe.
I'm so young.
Yeah, I'll just switch. Like once I get old and crusty, I'll be like, oh my God, I'm just so full of life and energy. I'm as virile as ever. I just had a ton of fun connecting with friends old and new. I went all in on a cosplay for the first time in a long time, which was rad as hell. I should have brought the helmet out so I could have shown it off. It's on the social media, Experience Point social medias if you want to see what I did. It's from a rad new anime called Gachi Yakuta, which I love and checks a lot of boxes for me. It's like pseudo post-apocalyptic. It's about classism and uprising against oppression, and there's a ton of graffiti, and the character I cosplay has this badass gas mask, and yeah, it's rad.
Nice.
Also, like, side note, I just wanted to call out somebody that I met at this convention. So they did a speed friending thing there, which was kind of cool. Like, it was like
Interesting.
speed dating, but just to, like, you know, meet new people who are into the same things as you. And I went there and I was like, man, I'm super on this Super Sentai kick right now. We were gearing up to do this Kamen Rider thing. I'm like, I've got Tokusatsu on the brain. I mean, I kind of baseline always have for a long time. But I was like, man, I wonder if I can meet anybody who's into Super Sentai. And first table I sat down at, there was this girl there who was like, had like a Kamen Rider bag and like Super Sentai stuff. And we just got to like talking about that, and we connected on Instagram, and we're still talking about Super Sentai and Kamen Rider and stuff. And she gave me some recommendations of ones to watch, and I was like, "What the? This is so sick! Like, it's so cool that I like. It's such a niche, like even within like the nerd space, like it's not crazy popular. I mean,
Dude, if you go to like an anime convention, you're gonna find niches galore, though.
yeah, which is so cool, and it was such like overall just made me like, God, I love conventions. Like it's such a welcoming space for the most part. I mean, obviously there's toxicity everywhere, but like it's such a welcoming space. And I had, if I can get like a little personal for a second, like for the past like 3 years, I was kind of lamenting the fact that like I don't have a lot of like close friends.
Hey,
What
I'm just fucking.
you're one of the very few exceptions.
I'm just fucking.
It's literally like
I know you say.
single digits, like people like I know that I can actually count on. Like, and so I was like, oh, yeah, I kind of want to like maybe I'll make a new friend at this one, and I did. And I don't know if we're gonna have like a strong relationship, but like, it was just cool to
But it's got to start somewhere.
sure. And so I was like, man, this is really cool because I'm like, I connected with a friend, like another somewhat recent friend, the one that like I accosted in the street because I saw him rollerblading, and I was like, yo, do you want somebody to skate with? Because I do. And then we started rollerblading. Turns out he's into nerd stuff too, and went to Japan and wants to move to Japan. And we talk about games and anime and stuff. And we went to he came for the 2 of the days of the con, and so we hung out. And I was like, man, this is so cool. So I was just feeling like, man, it's cool to have like friends again, and it's cool to have like positive masculinity around because it's so hard. So we've talked about this before, how like soul crushingly difficult it is to like, if you're not a piece of shit, to connect with most men. And I know that's a
I
generalization.
would say it's hard even when you are a piece of shit because they still feel lonely.
That's true. Yeah.
Just saying.
And so then I was like, man, we were talking about like, oh man, yeah, like it just sucks like making friends with guys who aren't pieces of shit and guys who are like willing to be vulnerable with each other and unlearn like all the toxic shit. And I know I'm getting kind of heavy and deep, but like then I found out that day, it was the Sunday of the con, in my city there was a like positive masculinity group meetup. And I was like, what is going on? So I went to that and it was a blast, and we're going to do it like at least monthly. It was a big hit. It was the biggest turnout this year, or this month. Apparently they've been doing it monthly, and they're like, we might have to do bi-weekly. So I'll be going to that more often. And it was so healthy and cool, and everyone was just like so chill and vulnerable. And oh god,
That's awesome.
It was just really nice.
That's really awesome. That makes me happy to hear.
Yeah, we've talked at length about like wanting to find like third spaces, and it seems like, you know, some things are cropping up that I've been able to engage with, which is really nice.
It's funny. I actually might be going to the closest thing I have to a third space with Jimmy in next month.
Jimmy Doom. Is it another
there's
Atari party?
No. It is at a local coffee shop. They are doing. It's not local, but a coffee shop within driving distance, I should say.
He said lemon party. Oh, that event.
But it's like because Jimmy is a big tabletop RPG fan, and he collects a bunch of tabletop RPGs. In this event, there's going to be a bunch of old school collectible tabletop RPGs that people are selling.
Oh,
and stuff
sick!
Like that.
That's awesome.
I've been to the shop before. I'm friendly with the owner, and they invited me, and I sent Jimmy the link, and we're going to be going. It's gonna be fun.
Nice. That's so sick. Jimmy is just out here having niche interests and just sharing those with people. Jimmy was also a staple in that when we did the Kamen Rider thing, giving me input and recommendations. Jimmy, you're a real one. Which is also what my friend James said after his Shenmue video. I think it was him. Because Jimmy was in that chat, and then he texted me afterwards like, yo, Jimmy Doom is a real one. I was like, I know, right? Last thing I wanted to say about ZenkaiCon real quick is there was an arcade game that I played there called Death Ball. Which,
Lemon Party?
At the Lemon Party event, yeah, it was. There was a Lemon Party arcade game. So you come in and you put your keys in this fishbowl. No, there's an arcade cabinet called Death Ball. And have I talked to you about Kung Fu Kickball before?
No.
Okay, it was an indie game that was at MagFest almost every year, and it's just like a little 2D. You're like little kung fu people, and you have a kickball that you have to kick into the other person's goal. I really liked it. It came out on Switch. I bought it. It's a lot of fun. Now, Death Ball, which I played at Zenkai-Con is kind of like that, only you can drop these like you can double jump as many times as you want, and you drop these little bubbles, which you can use to make like walls to kind of like make the ball bounce. And it also has like Pac-Man physics. So like if you go off one side of the screen, you come down the other side. Or if you fall into a pit, if that stage has a pit in the middle, you can jump in the middle and you'll come down the ceiling. So it's like really trippy and weird, but it's cool because it's like kind of like a fighting game, but you're just trying to punch this ball into the other person's goal. And it's super weird and trippy. And I was like, yo, this is so cool. I want to see if this is going to be on Switch. And I went to their website, and they were like, we are not doing a console release. This is designed to be an arcade cabinet to get the old school feels of the arcade. And I was like, that's cool. I do really like that. And then I looked at how much they cost, and it was like $6,000 on sale for $4,500. And I was like, okay, I don't know if that's for me, but they're trying to
Where would you put it anyway?
I know, that's true. They are doing an initiative that's like, we hear the outcry. So if we sell so many of them and they go out to places all across America, then maybe we'll look into putting it on consoles. So I have a retro barcade here that I tagged in their video requesting people who own businesses like that who they want to get Deathball into. So who knows? Maybe it'll show up around here. But I was addicted, and it's very, very fun. And I just wanted to shout them out because it's a really cool concept.
Nice. Now, sorry, real quick question. I did listen to all of that. The video on my end is frozen. Or is it frozen for you?
No, you actually look pretty good.
Cool.
Very good.
It looks good on my end. It's just that the stream, both you and I are frozen, so I don't know what I look like.
Oh, weird. Okay.
It's I don't think the stream's actually frozen. I think it's just my video. So
yeah, I can see it okay on my end here. So this is the best it's been.
Yeah, no, I will take it. I don't know what's changing, but I'm not gonna complain.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's awesome though. That's exciting. That sounds really cool. And what's the game called again?
Deathball. All one word. Very simple, kind of 8-bit, maybe like 2-bit kind of graphics. Like it's supposed to look like an old Atari game, but it's a ton of fun. How long are we going? We're 45 minutes in. I have some things that I have experienced that are not necessarily time sensitive or related that I can just talk about next time.
I think that would be wise.
But so I will skip over those, and the one that I do want to talk about just because I have a visual is, and you probably saw on my socials, only you, Josh, because I don't think I put anything on the experience point about this yet, but it was Police and I's anniversary this weekend.
Yes.
So yeah, 3 years. I know everyone says this, but like genuinely the happiest and healthiest relationship I've ever been in. Like, she's such an amazing communicator, and she's emotionally available and aware. And we've both been through so much therapy and worked on so much stuff in our lives and personal lives, and apart and separately and together. And just it's incredible. Thanks, Jimmy. Jimmy says, "Happy anniversary, dude. Cheers to many more." Yeah, it's only been 3 years, but it feels like it has been more. So we had separately, secretly planned things for each other. She told me like she had more of like a gift that she could give me anytime, and I said I had planned like an experience. So how fitting. The experience point. Experience love. It's my new topic here on
we're talking Tang, baby.
Oh yeah. Well, in between rounds, we went to so I planned this whole like Japan themed day because it was the day before our anniversary was the Sakura Festival in Philly. So we went there, and I was like, it's our anniversary if you're on Japan time. So we took a train into Philly. We started off at we got mochi waffles, which was really good. We were gonna get mochi donuts, but that place was closed, so we found a close by place. It was in Chinatown, so like there was a ton of options. Mochi waffles, really interesting, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. It sounds like I'm sponsored by Mochi waffles, which I should be. We got bubble tea, and we went to this store called Ebisu, which is like a little anime shop. We looked at, a bunch of cute anime stuff. Went to the festival, and I signed us up for. There's like add-ons that you can do, which there's a tour of Shofuso, that tea shop or tea house that's there. I think we went to that when we went before.
Yeah. There's a Japanese garden there, and you can have like a traditional tea ceremony.
Yeah, it's so pretty. Like, oh my god, it's literally looks like it was just like ripped up out of like feudal era Japan and just like placed in this park in Philly. And we like took a tour of the building. It was really cool. Sat in the garden for a little bit and just like watched the koi fish, and like there's all the bamboo swaying in the wind, and like it was gorgeous. It was amazing. And yeah, like you said, there's a tea ceremony. We did the tea ceremony thing. And here comes my visual. We did a ikebana flower arranging workshop.
Hold on, I gotta refresh the stream.
That's okay. It's gonna take a second.
Of course. Oh wait, no, I can see the preview. Oh wait, we're good, fam.
Okay.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So this first one that I put down is Police's, and then this one was mine. She did hers kind of like in a stair step, and I had mine like in a, I don't know, like a more.
Sorry to tell you, Andrew, hers looks nicer.
Oh, that's fine. I like mine. She didn't like hers. She was like, I wanted yours. I wanted it to look more like yours. And I was like, I like that you did the stair step thing. So ain't that just the way? But it smells incredible. Like I can smell it from here. These are like these gigantic mums, and then the little stalks are eucalyptus. Which I have a very funny little story of. Oh my god. So the other day, or a while ago, I think I've made this joke on stream before. I was like, police. I had this like, I think it was a lotion or something that had like eucalyptus, and I was like eucalyptus dick, and it was so funny. We were like dying laughing, and now when they brought this out to us and they said it was eucalyptus, she was like, don't say it. I was like, eucalyptus dick. And then I was like, does anyone find that funny? And then there was this girl there who had these stickers that she was selling, and she was like, look at this sticker that I have. I'm an artist. I'm selling it outside. And she had these stickers, and it was a fish, like a taiyaki fish, and it said in Japanese. So the word for fish in Japanese is sakana, and in Japanese in katakana after that it said sakana dizu natsu. So it said sakana diz nuts. And I was like, yes, vindication. I'm not the only one. I was dying. She was like, I've almost sold out of these. I almost bought one, but I already spent so much money. Funny. Maybe I could leave these here. I don't know. I kind of like them. So yeah. So we do that, and then we went to. We were gonna go to this izakaya that was called Royal, but they were closed, even though Google said they were supposed to be open. I thought, but we ended up at this other place called Umami, which was a sushi and steakhouse. And I was like, so it's not our anniversary every day. Am I gonna try Wagyu for the first time? And I tried Wagyu for the first time. Oh my god.
Is there a difference? Like, can you taste the difference?
Yes. It's ridiculous. It's mostly in texture. I will be honest. It's mostly a difference in texture. Oh, Jimmy knows umami. Sick. A man of class and taste. But we got like really good sushi. We got some pretty good ramen. But then this Wagyu, oh my god. So I don't normally like a lot of fat in my steaks. It is a lot of fat, but the way that it's cooked, and I guess it was like A5 Wagyu, which is the one I hear a lot. Everyone says, "Oh, you want to have A5 Wagyu? It's the most rare. It's the best grade."
Succulent. a succulent stick.
Yeah, it was very
I don't know
succulent.
why I said it that way.
I was like, Smeagol really liked that one. We want the sushi, precious. Give us the A5 Wagyu.
I want to see a sketch of just Smeagol like ordering from different
At a nice
restaurants.
restaurant. We are not going to tip. I missed yours. We did it at the same time.
I want a quarter pounder with cheese.
He's just at McDonald's now. What is a good wine that you would pair with this, precious? It's so stupid.
You would pair with this precious. Smeagol out and about. Just fucking
A night on the town with Smeagol.
Smeagol. He's trying to get into a club, and the guy's like, "I'm sorry, we can't let you in." Why not?
It's a black suit and tie, and I'm afraid a strip of loincloth doesn't exactly cut it.
Can I put the precious black and white?
Fine. We will go to Men's Warehouse, precious.
He's there getting fitted by the poor dude. That's where he's trying to take measurements. He's like, I don't know how to measure this spine you got there.
We need to go to the Michelin-rated restaurant. Oh, God. I'm already sweating because it's so freaking hot, but this is killing me. Oh, God.
Smeagol going at night out on the town with Smeagol. It needs to be like a sketch. I'm crying laughing.
Oh, my God. Well, all that to say, the Wagyu was really good. He's dead.
And just picturing him getting measured is killing me.
Sir, your little shriveled balls are hanging out.
Smeagol's castrated.
Oh, God, probably, honestly. Anyway, yeah, so I've never had meat like this, which is exactly what your mother told me.
Oh, come on now.
No, not your
That
mother,
was
Josh.
uncalled for.
I just mean the general you.
The legally distinct mother.
The collective you. No, it's like this is such an overused phrase, but like it's so buttery and it like melts in your mouth. They brought sauces out with it, and it was better without the sauces. It was just like that good on its own. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my God, like it. I keep thinking about it. I can smell it right now. Thinking about it, it like altered my brain chemistry. Like it was just so damn good.
Sorry, I'm still just like I'm calming down from that
Yeah.
Smeagol bit.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it was incredible. And then we finished up with there's a dessert place called Matcha Panda, which we got some really good dessert from. But I jumped ahead a little bit. Oh, he's gone. Damn it.
Sorry, I literally just turned it on and back off and back on just to see if. I'm sorry that fucks it all up so bad, but my camera's back to normal again.
Hell yeah.
So sorry, continue. Continue.
I jumped ahead to dessert to just say like, oh, those are all the things that I planned. Police's gift to me, I texted you about. Those who don't know, which is everyone else. You all know that I've been into fighting games for probably 30 years. For a good while.
Mm-hmm.
I played some of them competitively. Not anymore. I'm all washed up. I even have won some tournaments in a couple of games. And I I mean, hell, Throwdown Thursdays, which used to be Fighting Game Fridays, was an attempt for me to get
Yeah.
back into fighting games. I love them. It's one of my favorite genres. I want to play them more. Because I love the competitive fighting game scene. The FGC fighting game community is one of the best on the planet. The energy is great. And there's an event called EVO, aka Evolution Championship, that's held in Vegas every year, which is basically my Super Bowl. You've probably guessed by now, Polisa got us tickets to go to EVO this year.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, so I once I was done crying because of that and because of the Wagyu, I was like so hyped. I'm still so hyped. I still can't believe it's real. And that's another, like, one of the things that we've gotten to share over the years was she was like, I love what you've shown me. You've been like so inviting into gamer spaces that she's kind of felt not allowed in for one reason or another. You could probably guess. So
Racism.
we play, yup, and sexism, and both. And we've like bonded over some fighting games, and it's been a ton of fun. We have plans to cosplay already, but now especially if we're going to a fighting game con / tournament / expo, it's all of those things. And I just like, again, to be like a little sappy, like it wasn't just like this is so fun. I just like, I've never felt so seen by a partner before. Like her gifts and even just everyday stuff, like she just makes me feel seen and heard and understood and known, like really known. Like that's something that I've kind of yearned for a while, and that's so important to her and so important to me. And I think obviously we're only 3 years in, so it's still a young relationship, but like that's
not a young relationship. You're there.
yeah, I mean compared to, decades long ones, but
Yeah, but like anything, like anything is like by comparison. Like I don't know. Your 3 years is a long time in a relationship.
yeah.
Like, don't sell your guy. Don't sell yourself short.
I just don't want it to sound like I'm like I have all the answers and we've never had any problems, and it's like, well, yeah, you only been in a relationship for 3 years. Try 30 years and see how you guys feel. I don't know. Maybe I'm being defensive prematurely.
Yeah, you don't need to defend yourself. Like I think, I think no one like every relationship is different, and 3 years is still a lot, regardless of doesn't matter who it is. Like 3 years is a long time. Like somebody at that point.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so that was. Thanks for saying that. I think I needed to hear that. I don't know.
The
I mean,
relationship is valid, Andrew. You don't need approval from other people.
I know it is, but I don't know. We are our own worst critics, and there's a lot of voices, external voices, in my head. Josh is a tad bit quiet. Oh, really?
I'm a tad bit quiet. What did I do? What did I change? Am I better now?
Oh, that's
Jimmy?
louder. Yeah,
Was I just talking quietly?
maybe. When you just said that,
That's
it was
probably what it was.
louder. I haven't changed any settings.
I haven't either.
Thanks for letting us know, Jimmy.
Unless the microphone
Is dying too.
well, no. Is it? No, it's using the right microphone. Okay. I wanted to make sure. Is it using the correct microphone and not my webcam microphone? And it is. We're good, fam. We're good.
Okay. Yeah, let us know if it's bad, Jimmy. I can always turn him up. And turn him on. Anyway, so that is those are the things that I experienced that are time sensitive.
Only an hour into this.
Only an hour and in. I wanted this to be quick, but this is what happens when we don't talk for 2 weeks. I still have things to share for next time that are things I experienced that are not time sensitive. But we should probably get into the main course if we're talking about delicious food. Our first quarterly quest of the year. We are to the day 3 months into 2026. So, and I think the next one too actually falls on the next Talk Tuesday is the last day of June, I think. Not the next Talk Tuesday, the next quarterly, next end of the quarter.
Yeah, and the next end of the quarter will be June 30th, and that's a Tuesday.
Yeah, that's so cool.
The last Tuesday of like our 3-month thing would be the last day of the month. So,
yeah. So we each have given each other two movies to watch. Um, some having more connections than others. All of them sharing one thing. Actually, that's not true at all.
No, that one of us likes them. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the. I like this.
One, at least one.
Yeah. I was like, we talked about. We're gonna be talking about 4 Chinese movies, or actually no, 3 Chinese movies and Die Hard tonight.
I didn't even realize. Yeah, it's funny.
Unrelated, yeah. So I charged you. I gave you the noble quest of watching Ne Zha 1 and 2. If you don't know, Ne Zha is kind of like a animated, imagine Kung Fu Panda with a little bit of Dragon Ball. And then you had me watch Die Hard, the first Die Hard, and the first Police Story, the Jackie Chan police stories. Yep. So, who wants to go first?
I'll go first on this one.
Okay, all right.
Just because I did my share, you did your share.
That's
for
true.
The week, and I'll switch back to this.
I have been talking for a while. So, tell us about the quest that you went on. How did you find it? How did you find yourself? However you want to present to the class.
So I'm glad that you asked me to do both back to back.
Okay. I felt bad pushing for 2 movies, but I was like, I really feel like they work best together. And I really wanted you to get to 2.
So 1 I don't think was very good at all.
Wow.
I shouldn't say at all. I thought 1 was, you overhyped it way too much. It was there was no character growth in that one, like barely at all.
What?
In the second one, it felt like a lot.
Yeah. By comparison,
in the first one, like Ne Zha doesn't really. I understand it's about coming to accept who you are as a person, but they never show that, with the exception of like when him and I forget the dragon's name off the top of my head now.
Ao Bing.
I can, you know what, I pulled up the Wikipedias for all 3 of these.
Yeah, I think it's Ao Bing is his name. Which
Ao Bing, yeah.
We should also say we're probably going to talk spoilers about all 4 of these movies, so just be warned.
The world building was good. The humor was really good. The animation was really good. I just felt like the story, like it was very listless in the first movie. Like it just, like there was no teeth to it. It just kind of like, it didn't really feel like there was. I remember finishing it. Courtney and I watched it together, and we finished it, and we're like, okay, this is like a solid like 6 out of 10. Like it's not bad.
Wow.
But it's like just fine. Like it's 6.5, maybe 7. Maybe 7 out of 10 is more accurate to it.
Okay.
It was just fine. I don't know, man. Like the ending of that movie, it doesn't seem like the characters learned anything. Ao Bing has like no character development at all in that movie, which makes sense because it's Ne Zha. But like if the whole thing is supposed to be this yin and yang between them, I would expect some character growth from both. You get a little bit from Ne Zha and even less from Ao Bing.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
you definitely get more from Ne Zha because it is his introductory movie.
It's his movie, and that's totally fine. I just don't feel like Ne Zha learns anything in that movie. Like I understand it's coming to accept who you are, but like I think that is done so much more effectively in the second movie. The second movie, like when I watched the first one and I told Courtney the second one is like 2.5 hours, she's like, oh god, and I was like, oh man, if it's anything like this first one, this is going to be brutal.
Oh no.
The first one, I'm pushing, I'm being more harsh on it than I actually felt. When I finished the first movie, I was like, that was just okay. Like I didn't have any strong emotions one way or I was more let down by it. I think that's why I'm coming so hard on it. I was really let down because it was like you hyped it up so much. You hyped both of them up a lot, and then the first one I didn't care about Ne Zha. He had no redeeming qualities to him. Like it's not even it. If he he's rambunctious and that's his character, and he's trying his best to every time he tried to do the right thing. I understand how it goes wrong, but it always felt like he never really had the best intentions in trying to, how can I explain this? He has a good heart, even though his nature is more rambunctious because of the demon pearl or whatever it is inside of him, right? I like that. That setup, that back and forth between wanting to be a good person and also fighting this thing that was kind of thrust upon you, and fighting your destiny, essentially, right? I love that, how they set it up. I love him and his parents' relationship.
Yeah.
But it never felt like they actually explored that in the first movie. They explored it visually, almost, where they're showing how when him and Albin come together, that is it's a visual representation of him kind of accepting himself a little bit more.
Yeah.
It didn't feel earned. Most of the moments they were trying to get just did not feel earned at all.
Really?
In that movie. No.
Oh man.
Not in the second movie. Made me cry.
Oh.
In a good way. The second movie I would put up. I wouldn't put it as you put it a 9.25 or 9. I'd put it at a solid 8.5. It was genuinely really good. It felt very well paced. The world building was super interesting. I did not see the plot twist coming.
Yeah.
Genuinely had moments where I went, oh no, I when I was watching it, I took my daughter to preschool, and then I was watching it in the background while I was working. Because I'm all right, let's get this started. Like I said, after the first one was such a disappointment. I was not looking forward to the second one.
Oh.
But then the second one, I started watching it, and I was late picking up my daughter because I was so I was so sucked into the world.
Yeah.
So sucked into the movie. And then I got home after I was done work. I had to finish up work. And then I put the TV on for her. And then I went upstairs and I finished the movie, which is not good parenting. Don't do that. But I really, the second one genuinely made me cry. Genuinely, so much more. Neja's conflict was so much more interesting. It actually felt like he was trying to fight destiny in this one, versus in the first one. It's they're saying Neja's trying to fight destiny, this kind of thing, and it just never felt like he did. He didn't give a shit at all. And they were telling me he did, but they didn't actually show it. There was no emotional moment that kind of showed him trying to do it. I think, in all honesty, I think Neja 1 and 2 would be better as a one long movie with cutting out 70% of Neja 1. I really think Neja 1 is just kind of it's I think it's important to watch so you have more of the context to understand what the events in Neja 2.
Yeah.
But in Neja 1, man, so much of that could have been cut out. They're so all the time, all their attempts at character building just fall flat, in my opinion.
That's so interesting. I don't 100%. I don't fully disagree. I think the end of the first movie is kind of you want where he's at in the end of the first movie to come way sooner, because he's just a little shit for the entirety of the first movie.
That's literally it.
And
if you want to, sorry, I cut you off. You finish what you're saying. I was going to take your point for it.
Okay. And yeah, I do think he probably could have gotten there sooner. That was annoying, but I think that's kind of the point. And you get to see a little bit of why he's like that, which again, a reason is not an excuse, and it also doesn't necessarily make for the most compelling story to just see that. But it hammers home so hard that he's so isolated and lonely, and the whole world is telling him that he's a piece of shit. And he's a demon child, and he's all right, fine. I wanted some friends, and I lost those, and I can't even play this game with my mom because I almost sent her through a fucking wall. And everyone's you're horrible, you're cursed, you're evil. And he's all right, fine. I guess I'll be that then. I'll show you. You're right. I am this. And then the very end where he's like, where he has that. So there's two clear moments for me, where he does have that character growth in the first one, and it's when he's on the beach with Al Bing the first time, and he invites him to his birthday party, and he's like, "Well, we're friends," and
I'm gonna quick switch off the camera again. This is driving me nuts.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
want to give you a heads up.
Okay.
But sorry, yes, he's on the beach with Al Bing, and he's like, "We just gonna be friends."
Yeah, but he's like, but he invites him to his birthday party anyway, because he's like, but I want to be friends, and even showing that vulnerability, which is,
That was a really good moment for sure.
and then I think, oh sorry, I was just gonna say the other
No,
one.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
The other moment is right after that. Hang on, I can't tap back to the what is going on here. No, turn that off. No. Oh my god, hang on. Why is the layout different now? Oh my.
I do not know.
Come on. There we go. I think I pushed something on my keyboard that made it not. There you go. It's a little cropped at the top, but your camera is back and better than ever.
All right.
But then the second part where I really was like, oh my god, he is turning around, is at the end when he has that tag that his dad was gonna like sacrifice himself to save his son, and he was like, he tears it up and he's like, no, I it's like he's fighting destiny, because he's like, I am accepting that I am going to die, because if you haven't seen the movies, like he's cursed to die basically. He's like, I'm accepting that I am going to die, but I'm not accepting that I am a bad person. And then he and Al Bing together like stop the lightning that hits him that's going to kill him, and then they like, after a really really cool fight, they, I don't know, they have this moment of like, Neja is like, I'm not who everyone says that I am. I do want to be a hero. I do want to protect people. And while, yeah, it happens at the very end of the movie, I do also wish that we got a little bit sooner, and some of the like annoying, shitty little kid version of Neja, it does get a little bit old in that first one. But I do think that there are two really strong moments where he does kind of come around.
They are really strong moments, but I don't think that there's any character growth in those. Like, there's not enough visual. Like, see, he has that moment with Al Bing on the beach, right? He doesn't change after that. There's not like an indication that he's a little bit light. There's like very little change. And the second change is the very end of the movie, the finale, which that I'm writing on, like, that doesn't bother me so much, because I feel out of the Chinese movies that I've watched, they all seem to end very abruptly. Like Police Story, when we talk about,
oh my god, yep,
just ends. Just there's
that's
something,
in my notes.
I don't know if it's a cultural thing where they just like the movie ends. They're like, all right, the story finished, it climaxed.
Same.
You don't, there's no afterwards. You don't see what happens to the characters afterwards. So I kind of wrote that off when it happened in this movie, where like they have the big like third act set piece, and then the movie ends. I'm like, all right, that's about what I expected, because I've seen this in other Chinese movies.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's just that every moment that is meant to be character growth for Neja, he doesn't actually change. There's no evidence that he changes until the second movie. Which, to me, if you're going to make a whole movie about like realizing you're a good person and fighting against the fate that was put against you, you have to show some type of change, and you just don't see change. You have moments that indicate there would be that change would have happened, but then no change actually happens in their actions.
Not till
at least
not to the very end. Yeah.
But that point, like, there's no, like, you don't actually see, like, the very end is just the climax, which to me what should have happened like 10 minutes before the end of the credits roll, or like 15 minutes, so you could see something, or just 5 minutes even.
Yeah.
Something to see him learn the lessons. You don't see him learn the lessons. You see it's one of those things. This is not, excuse me, a perfect analogy, but like when if someone fucks up and apologizes for it, an apology only matters if action like follows the apology, right? You
Yeah.
you apologize with deeds, not just words. This movie shows Nej's character change in words, but not in deeds. There's no action with it. So like it just doesn't feel like any of the character changes that they're trying to tell you happened actually happened because they don't show you. They
Hmm.
just expect you to. They just show you a really emotional moment, and then there's no way to like see the emotional impact of those moments except for you extrapolating on it, which I think is not the best way for filmmaking.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the meantime, the second movie, holy fuck,
I
man! Like,
know.
there's so many emotional moments with that. The I will tell you the moment that got me to cry. It's when he has the ice freeze, the heart freeze spell on him,
Yeah.
and he uh, he starts scream crying to his mom, and he's like, "I'm so sorry," and his
Yeah.
mom dies like in his like with her arms wrapped around him.
Hmm.
Oh, I was weeping. I was crying so much.
When they have all the ice spikes in them.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my god. And you can't move, or else they just rip through you. Oh.
And he ends up ripping through them anyway because he's just so like there's so many great moments in the second one.
Yeah.
The second one, genuinely, I was like, I finished that. I was like, this was great. Andrew was right. Like, I can see why you like it so much. I wouldn't rate it as high as you, but at the same time, like, I finished that movie. I was like, that was a good fucking movie. Like, a
Yeah.
really good movie. First
It's
one just was a wet fart.
yeah, which is kind of appropriate too, because that's another one of my critiques about the first one is like, okay, how many piss jokes and fart jokes do we need to like? There are some in the second one, like, but I think they're set up in funnier ways. Like when he pees into the wine thing that they're about to serve everyone accidentally because he thinks it's the bathroom.
That's a
But
really good joke.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the first one is just like, haha, I farted, and it like, bleh. And it's like, okay, it's gonna skew a little bit younger. Kung Fu Panda has the same kind of humor, even Dragon Ball, which I keep bringing those two up because I feel are very similar. Um, I don't think the first one I liked. I liked the first one a lot. There are definitely valid critiques of the first one, but the second one is just like one of, in my opinion, like one of just the greatest animated films of all time. It's so pretty. The animation is just like ridiculously pretty.
I think the character designs are a little grotesque at times, specifically like the one, the fat guy.
But
This
yeah,
one.
Tai
But I know
is it
that's
Tai
kind of
Lee or
like the
something?
purpose of it. I don't know. That's the only part I can really critique, but it is a very pretty movie for sure. Much prettier than this fucking webcam y'all are dealing with.
Yeah. Right, like, and how I've used this word and I've said this before, but like it gets thrown around a lot. But that movie is epic. Like it is epic as hell. The scale just like ramps up to like celestial, like like if you've ever played like this is a deep cut, but like Asura's Wrath, where you're like, or any like Final Fantasy game where you fight God, it's like that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Like and forces, the forces of good and evil, which are innumerable, coming and clashing together so much that it looks like two waves hitting each other, like water waves. It's so pretty, so
Really cool.
cinematically, the aesthetic wise, like the giant dome at the end, like oh my god, all the dragons, like I love in the first one when they pull off all their scales, all the dragons pull their scales off to make the armor for their son, or their for the king's son, which is how being like so visually, it's just such a treat and a really interesting and refreshing like way to tell a story.
I will say the first movie, as much as it was pretty, I didn't really like the fight scenes. Not that they were like poorly choreographed or anything. I just found them boring. The
Yeah.
second one, not at all. The second one, I was like completely invested the whole time. Maybe because I like the characters more or the characterizations
Yeah,
more.
everything's
But the first one, I just didn't care. Like the fight scenes, I'm like, this is really like well executed. I'm not even not competently, but like extremely well executed. it just was boring. Like the fight scenes in that first movie were just boring, and that's a personal. I can't even say what specifically about it. It kind of just felt like generic, but I don't know why. Like I don't have a reason for that just yet. Like
I,
I'd have to like think on it more.
yeah, I won't necessarily fight you on that, with the exception of the fight at the very end when.
Even that just felt like a ripoff of DBZ though, man. Like I really just did not like the final fight was just it didn't feel earned. I think part of it too. Like maybe that's it. Like in the second movie, man, all the fights feel earned. Everything
Yeah.
like there's so many there's so much emotional baggage that comes with that movie. It's great. Like I'm happy you got me to watch the second one. And like I said, I'm glad that you gave me both of these to watch, because if you gave me one at a time, I'd be dreading watching Neja 2 for like a month.
That's why I was afraid when I was like, what about 2 movies? Yeah, everything in the second one is just ramped up. Like, not I'm not gonna say like it's a slog to get through the first one, but it's not gonna like blow your mind. Like the second one, genuinely, I think would blow your mind if you haven't seen it. I still think the first one's really good. Get to the second one though, and holy shit. But that I really like that last fight in the first one when he goes like Super Saiyan and Ao Bing turns into the dragon and they're fighting, and there's that big shield that he has over the city that he's gonna drop all the icicles and kill everyone, and then Neja comes up and he does the like freaking 6-armed like bodhisattva thing, like going full Chinese deity, holds up the ice, bursts through it, and then he comes flying in. I love the shot when he has the spear pointed at Ao Bing's eye, and he stops right before he hits his eye, and he's like, I can't do this. We're friends. Oh God. And then that is the whole second movie. Like the best parts of this first one is the whole of the second one. Like holy shit. I'm so glad you liked them, or I'm so glad you liked one and loved the second one. Seems. I don't want to speak for you.
Look, how do I describe it? The first one? I find the first one. It was fine.
Okay.
It was just it's above average in every way.
I'll take that.
With the exception of the story, which is just slightly below average.
Okay.
The second one is above average in every, like way above. Like it's phenomenal. Like it's so good. I think the first one is necessary because it gives you backdrop and characters more. Like you understand the character of Neja a lot better.
Yeah.
But it felt like the first one. Like if you're going with the first movie feels like the first act of what the second movie would have been. Like the first act where you see how shitty of a person Neja is, and then he changes, and then he goes on the hero's journey and stuff like that. But it just felt like they took like the first 20 minutes of a movie and stretched it out to an hour and 40.
Yeah.
It did not need to be.
I think that's fair. I think that's a fair critique. Yeah, pacing is definitely an issue, I think, in the first one. But what it's like one of the most I think it's the highest grossing it's the only non-American or like non-Western movie to crack the top 10 highest grossing movies of all time. And at one point it was the highest grossing animated movie of all time. It made like $2 billion or something ridiculous. Like, yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah, it broke all these records. That's why there was that big push. That's why I even found out about it because it did so well over there. They brought it over here, and then they dubbed it, and like Michelle Yeoh plays his mom, so they got some like star power. But I thought the English dub was fine. I really like
on Netflix. It's very quiet. The English
yeah,
dub.
you were telling me it was hard to hear. That's why
anything.
Which I don't forget if I said this on stream or off last time, but if you are going to watch these 2 movies, I highly recommend just watching them in Chinese subtitled. The performances are great. They're all the comedy doesn't really land in the English dubs. I found I was like, that's what like it was such a bad delivery for that joke.
Like, and there's funny moments in both, but like the second one's just far and away like much better.
Yeah, nice. Well, I'm glad you like that one. Phenomenal. I got Josh to say it was phenomenal, so I will take that.
second one was phenomenal. I have no ifs, ands, or buts.
Hell
Very.
yeah.
I think it also helped that I was so let down by the first one that I went into the second one with like really low expectations. And
I
it
can only go
got
up from
them,
here.
and it, boy, howdy, did it go up.
Wow. Yeah. Nice. Well, do you have any other thoughts, or should we move on?
Where's yours? I would love to. I am a little nervous because some of these are. I wouldn't say I have a big emotional connection to either one of these,
Okay.
but I like these both a lot for different reasons.
You know how I feel. um, yeah, it's probably not a good time to tell you, but I didn't actually get to watch them.
You already told me you watched both of them. I already know.
Curses.
You already told me this.
I know. I do that joke every time. Should I go in the order I watched them, or because
Sure. Doesn't. I don't think it. I either. I don't know. Yeah. Doesn't matter. I think
Okay.
either or.
I was gonna go with Police Story first because that's the connection being like the Chinese, but I watched Die Hard first, so we can talk about Die Hard. I was surprised, but besides the fact that I feel like no one has believed me my whole life when I said that I had never seen Die Hard, because it's just like one of the quintessential action movies. Like you'd be hard pressed to come up with one that is like, when you think, action movie, like 80s action movie, that, that's the one. Like, I mean, 80s, 90s.
Terminator, Lethal Weapon come to mind. Predator.
Yeah. Predator,
Aliens.
for sure. Aliens. I mean, Aliens like sci-fi horror too. So, but like,
Aliens is more of an action movie with horror elements versus Alien, which is just straight horror.
true. Yeah. But just straight up like grounded, like man against all odds, stuff blowing up. Like.
Mm-hmm.
Die Hard is the one that so and I forgot that it was, or not forgot, I didn't realize how old it was. It came out in 1988.
Mm-hmm.
My whole life, if you had asked me like what year I thought Die Hard came out, I probably would have been like, I don't know, probably like 94, 95 maybe. But it's like, nope, 1988, a year before I was born. And because of the age, there are hilarious lines, like when the limo driver, what was his name? Not Ezekiel. Argyle, yeah. He was like, man, this limo has everything. It's got CDs, it's got a telephone, it's got a VHS, you name it.
We get some mama bears in here.
Yeah. Yeah. Argyle was funny. I kind of thought once they introduced him, I was like, oh, he's gonna have like a recurring role in this, and he does a little bit, but not as much as I thought. So yeah, I'm going to jump ahead in my notes to something I wrote at the very end, but I want to say it first because it's kind of a premise for the movie. If for some reason you've been living under a rock and don't know what Die Hard is about, I wrote this down because I thought it was so bad. The description, so I rented it on Fandango Now, which used to be Vudu, and the description for it it sounds like it was written by either AI or like a 9-year-old.
AI.
Somewhere in between. It's horrible. So, it's horrible. It's just awkward. The description is: facing Christmas 3,000 miles from his estranged wife and 2 children, New York policeman John McClane flies to LA bearing presents and hoping to patch up his marriage. Hans Gruber is in LA as well, but he's not there to give out presents. He's there to take more than $600 million in bearer bonds from the Nakatomi Corporation, where McClane's wife Holly.
That the plot twist of the movie.
Wait, what's the twist?
Not the twist, but like that you're supposed to go into it not knowing exactly what he wants.
Oh,
you're supposed to go into it not knowing, like, you think he's a terrorist out after something, only to find out that he's just really there to steal money.
Yeah,
and that's kind of like
right.
The plot twist is the letdown of like there isn't some big nefarious plot
or cause,
he's just a robber, and they call him out for it in the movie.
They do, yeah. Wow, that's so fun. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. At the Nakatomi Corporation, where McClane's wife Holly is an executive. When the takeover becomes hostile, it's up to John McClane to take on the terrorists, but not without a sense of humor.
That's awful.
It's like, what?
That is genuinely awful.
Terrible. I was like, I don't even think he particularly has like, he's not particularly funny. You know, yikes. Jimmy says yikes. Like,
he's got funny.
Got some quips.
It's the quips, and people hadn't in 1988. People hadn't heard that like an action hero do quips like that. Like it's always like the very cheesy like puns. His was more sarcastic. Like,
yeah. Okay.
like,
Yeah. Because
like making a mockery of the situation versus everyone else was like, you know, like when Arnold Schwarzenegger does a line, it's usually like a pun at the expense of the person he just killed.
Stick around.
John McClane's is always is some type of sarcastic comment at the expense of the situation he's been thrust into.
Yeah, that's fair. And that was probably like one of the first times we had seen that.
Die Hard was like, up until that point, the 80s action icons were Stallone and Schwarzenegger, or to an extreme lesser extent, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Dolph Lundgren, stuff like that, were like super buff, jacked dudes, and Bruce Willis just looks like a dude. He has a light dad bod, you know?
Yeah, well, that's a great segue into one of the first notes I have about this, which is he lands in L.A. and I was just like, God, I just wrote, John McClane is a Republican's wet dream, a grizzled NYC cop, a fish out of water in L.A. with all these liberal whack jobs and their fancy gizmo. He's just a simple man who wants three things: a cold beer, a pack of smokes, and a fine piece of ass not belonging to his wife.
I would argue he's extremely faithful to his wife.
So
you don't see it in the. Maybe it's because I saw the sequel. There's a moment in the second movie where a woman hits on him, and he literally does this with his ring. He's like, "Sorry, I'm married."
Oh, okay.
Like he's very faithful to his wife. He's just not a supportive husband.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's a good husband. I'm just saying he's faithful.
Okay, well, which, not to spoil some things later on, but that's more than you can say about Jackie Chan. I feel like
his
the whole time
is a little problematic in that movie.
Yeah, oh yeah, we'll get there. I'm glad it wasn't just me. I felt like the whole time when Bruce Willis lands, he was just like checking out all the women, and even like at the party, he's like, I don't know, he doesn't like. Obviously, he's not flirting with them, but he's just constantly, his neck's on a swivel, like, ooh, look at that ass. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, yeah, great pair of tits.
He's just judging everything. He's a very, like you said, conservative wet dream. He's in a liberal California.
Yeah.
And he's just judging everything. Like, because you see him, like, when he's like, how can I put it? Like, the looks he gives people, it doesn't look like flirting. It looks judgmental to me. He's kind of like, fuck are you doing?
The guy comes up to him in the party and like hugs him and kisses him on the cheek. He's like, thanks for coming. And dude looks like he just straight up put his tongue in his mouth. He was like, ew, God.
I'm not saying he's probably homophobic. The character's probably homophobic.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you are going at a party and some random dude comes up to you and kisses you on the cheek and walks away, I don't know. I'd be like, what's going on here? I don't know you. Buy me dinner first. Like, what's going on?
Right. I know. If you're going to kiss me like that, you got to buy me dinner. And it should be A5 Wagyu. I'm an expensive date. Speaking of, the only thing taking some points off for me from being a 10 out of 10 for that was it was $75 for a 4-ounce. Like, holy shit. But I splurged. It was our anniversary. But damn if it wasn't.
Holy fuck, I would never spend that kind of money on a steak.
I know.
That's not worth it. Holy shit.
Yeah, it took some points off for me for sure. I'm gonna make a review graphic about it. that's how much it moved me. Yeah. Anyway, so he gets in there and all the shit hits the fan. A very young Alan Rickman comes in with a colorful cast of crazies with varying
crazy 80 henchmen.
Crazy 88 henchmen with varying degrees of passable German accents, and I do really like the hacker guy. I thought he was hilarious.
Yeah. Oh man! Oh my God! The quarterback is toast.
yeah. This toast. He's so awkward and weird, and like exactly what I would imagine a hacker for like a bank heist would be. He feels so out of place, but that's why I love him. because he
Mhm.
seems to be also the only one who like talks back to his boss. They're like, he we're gonna get through all of these like seals of this lock, but you better do some fucking like miracle work, or like we're gonna be fucked. Like he's the only one who really stands up to Alan
Yeah.
Rickman. Which also
It's Christmas, Theo.
it,
It-
it's also oh, yeah. It's Christmas, Theo. That's the
That
youngest
time of year.
I've seen Alan Rickman, I think.
He's so good in this movie, man.
Yeah, for the most part.
He's so good at I will hear no one else going.
There's one scene where I had a bit of a hiccup, which you could probably guess, but
Actually, I'm not quite sure.
oh, okay, I'll
Continue.
I'll get there. I made it. I always wondered. So one of the only things that I had ever known about Die Hard is that it's in a building. It's in the Nakatomi building. Everyone knows the Nakatomi building. Everyone knows John McClane and Hans Gruber. And I even knew about the scene where he falls off the building going into it. The only other thing that I knew about this movie was that he at one point has to crawl across broken glass with bare feet.
Yes.
And I was like, why does he have to do that? In what world is he going to lose his shoes? And it was such a like innocuous little moment where there was some guy on the plane who was like, the best thing to do after you travel, I've been doing this for 20 years, go get on some shag carpet, take your shoes and socks off, and make little fists with your feet.
Your toes.
Yeah. And he's
Fists
like,
with your toes.
okay. So he does, and then all shit breaks loose, and that's why he's running around barefoot the whole time. So I was like, oh, so he's literally and figuratively walking barefoot into hell.
Yes.
The setup was really cool. Like it felt like a video game. Like you start here, you go up, you get your first enemy. All you have is your first little pea shooter gun. He's got a machine gun. He's dead. Now I have a machine gun.
Yep.
I loved that moment with the now I have a machine gun.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho ho ho. Which also is the most like. When was the last time you heard somebody unironically refer to an automatic rifle as a machine gun?
I don't know. I still call it like I kind of think of it as that. What I was gonna say, real quick though, was one thing I really like that kind of surprised me when I watched this movie for the first time back when I was a teen, late teens, early 20s, was that what surprised me was that how well choreographed a lot of the action set pieces were. Like watching it so many times now, I can see where the stunt doubles are and everything like that.
Yeah.
And some of them are more obvious, and I'm like, why did I not notice it but sooner?
Yeah.
But like the fight scene when McClane first, he's in the floor where it's still under construction, and then the one dude shows up, the one dude with a machine gun, the one of the blonde twins,
Yeah.
shows up, and
Carl or some shit.
yeah, Carl, I think, something like that, and he like when he's holding onto his back and the dude's slamming him into the sides of the drywall, and you see his head like bursting through.
Yeah.
I think the reason this movie has stuck out to me so much is because when when you hear about it, you hear the tropes, the yippee-ki-yay motherfucker,
Yeah.
let's get it together, have a few laughs, or whatever the line is in the air duct. Like all the different one-liners and like the cliches. But then you watch and you're like, wow, there's actually like a lot of thought put into like how the fight scenes are choreographed and the staging and the locations. And it's actually very like intensely violent, and not like in like a almost like a gross way, but just a straightforward like this is just balls to the wall action.
Yeah, it's
But then there's
very
also
raw.
very very grounded, surprisingly enough. I mean, they get less grounded as the series goes on, of course.
I'm
But
sure.
In the first one, I was just very surprised by that. And then just like even just like by the end of it, like when he's fighting the Carl's brother, the other blonde dude. Fun fact: the guy who plays Carl's brother, the long-haired blonde dude, he's a ballet dancer. He was a ballet dancer.
Huh.
Like he was like a dancer before he got kind of became known as like an 80s henchman role.
That's
But
funny.
when he's it was either with him or when he was fighting Carl. I can't remember, but he's like holding on to. He's like, "I'm gonna fucking cook you, and I'm gonna fucking eat you."
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
When he tumbles
what
down the stairs. I'm gonna cook you. I'm gonna fucking eat you.
It's so, and like half of his lines where he's just like pissed off is just so funny when he's like when he's calling the police on the emergency line and the lady's like, "Sir, if you don't get off this emergency frequency, we're gonna have to send the police after you." He's like,
Yeah.
"Fine, just come down here or no, what is it? This is an emergency line." He's like, "Well, no, fucking shit, lady. You think I'm ordering a pizza?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come down and fucking
Like,
arrest me then.
like but I like how every single bit it feels like, yeah, I would do that too if I was in his shoes. I would try this, I would try that. It felt like the logic leaps of like, what do I do next? Try this, try this, try this. And when each thing keeps failing over and over and over again, even kind of pulling a minor ACAB thing with the FBI, just being like, well, we can just blow up the building, and I'm cool with like 10% of the hostages being killed.
Yeah.
That's a number I'm comfortable with.
Though,
Like, there's just so much to this movie that I love.
yeah, those guys. I think it's hilarious that both of them are named Detective Johnson, and not one of them made a Johnson and Johnson joke. Nobody, not a single character, made a Johnson and Johnson joke this whole movie. But I did think it was funny. Like, I was like, oh yeah, they're both Johnsons because they're both dicks. In the credits, they're credited as Big Johnson and
Big
Little Johnson.
Little Johnson.
I was like, that's hilarious.
Robert Davi plays Big Johnson, who is the main guy who's like the he actually plays a bad guy in James Bond. He's also in the Goonies, if you remember, if you watch the Goonies. And then
seen it in so
Grand, his name is Grand Bush, is the other guy.
Okay.
He was the black guy.
Okay. When he was like, it's like we're back in Nam, eh, buddy? And he's like, that was before I was
like,
born, dickhead.
It's so good, man.
Yeah.
He's actually also in License to Kill, but as a different character. So like they acted in back-to-back movies together in Die Hard and License to Kill, which is kind of funny.
That's hilarious. Well, for speaking of the credits, I found it hilarious that they have a separate group in the credits of the actors of like the terrorists. It's like all the actors, and then there's like, and then they credit terrorists. It's like, why did they need to be separated?
I love the one dude, the Asian guy with like the crazy hair, the bald spot on the top, and like the crazy long hair that goes down. And when he's waiting for the FBI to come in, he's just eating like candy.
The snacks. That guy looks familiar. I feel like I've seen him before.
Yeah, he's like an 80. He's been in a lot of movies as an 80s henchman.
Yeah. Another funny thing I noticed in the credits was the guy who played the store clerk has maybe the most Star Wars sounding name I've ever heard. His name is Kip Waldo.
They credited the store clerk who has 2 lines.
Yeah. Hey, at least he had a line.
So one of the reasons that Die Hard has become one of my favorites is that it's that I do watch it on Christmas time for the whole joke. It's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
It's whatever. But in that scene that you're referring to, the store clerk, where Reginald VelJohnson, right? That's his name. What's the actor's name?
I don't know.
Reginald VelJohnson plays the dude. I know he's from Family Matters.
Oh yeah, Carl Winslow. I was like, oh shit, they called in Carl Winslow. I was like, is this a crossover universe?
Yep, that's what it is. Reginald VelJohnson.
Yeah.
Who plays Al Powell?
Yeah.
That's a very hard name to say.
Al Powell.
So when he's in the store going to the store clerk, and the guy's like making fun of him for buying so many Twinkies.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I got a wife. He goes, yeah, sure. You're like, she's pregnant. Okay, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he decides his version of like, well, I'm going to show you is he puts the thing down and goes, bag it.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, that has killed me every time. Just like the smug face, because after he does, he goes, bag it.
Yeah, I got him.
Like it's this big ode.
Yeah.
And for some reason, that captured my. It's not funny. Like I'm not trying to say like this is funny, but to me, it's amusing. And so every year, I text my buddy Pete like sometime during Christmas, just that picture and just says, and just a picture of him going bag it, like leaning across the counter
Yeah.
right when he says the line bag it, and then I text him saying bag it with that picture, and his response every time is like, I look forward to this every year.
That's awesome. That's
It's
so
like
funny
a
that
tradition where I
that
just send him this picture every
that's
year.
great. It's so funny that it's that specific moment of all of the moments of this movie, of all the Christmas themed moments of this movie. Uh,
Bag it. And then there's like other stuff like the what's it, Ellis, like the piece of shit kind
oh
of
fuck
sell.
him! I'm glad he died.
I my he's so obnoxious, and I think that's the point of it. But where like when he first tries to speak to the terrorists, he goes, "Hey, sprechen Sie talk?"
Oh my god! And he makes a Pearl Harbor joke at Nakatomi when he first meets him too. I think. Oh my god.
And then he's trying to sell him, like, this guy that's works, I can get him for you, Hans Booby. I'm your
Hans.
white knight.
Oh god, he's such a sleazeball.
He's so sleep, and he gets it real bad.
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of, but yeah. So
Yeah,
sorry, I kind of took over the conversation, but there's so many things I love about this movie.
I know. I have so many little notes like that too. Like one of them literally says "fuck Alice, I'm glad he's dead." Yeah, and I have a bunch of ones where I'm like, "Oh shit, they called in Carl Winslow." Oh shit, Carl Winslow shot a kid. And then at the very end, I was like, "Oh shit, Carl Winslow shot that one guy."
it, it's a full circle moment. He feels
Yeah.
so guilty about it that he works a desk job, and then he's like, when he finally overcomes that anxiety again, it's a good moment for him. I
That's
like
a
that
great,
moment.
yeah, great character moment from a side, kind of a side character. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I mentioned the Kip Waldo. That's hilarious. The one moment that I thought didn't quite land with me for Alan Rickman was the quote unquote convincing accent that he had. Because I didn't think his voice
What are you talking about?
changed at all. And I was like, how the hell does this guy not realize that this is who you've been talking to on the phone or the walkie talkie for the past like
Yeah.
hour and a half? He's like, oh God, please don't kill me. And I'm like, he sounds exactly the same. And then he even says, like,
God, it's one of you. You're one of them, aren't
yeah,
you?
no, please don't kill me. He even says, like, yeah, you could be in radio or something with that accent. Or I was like, was he kidding? Because like he did kind of know because he gave him an unloaded gun, or was he just being careful? Did he not know?
I don't know. I do love his reaction. He's like, "What do you think? I'm fucking stupid, Hans." Like
Yeah.
his delivery of that line was so good.
Yeah, and you keep bringing that up, and I keep having to be like, yeah, wait, this isn't how action movie stars were. They were like the one-liners, like Arnold and Sly, and like just very like, wow, okay, just dad joke after dad joke. This is like what a more realistic take on like just a guy who's out of his element, who's just trying to get by, and he's like, "What the fuck, lady? You think I'm ordering a pizza?" Like
It's very like
his
it's
delivery
meant
is
to be
awesome.
more relatable.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
really,
a lot more
and
relatable for sure. And I said like it kind of boiled down. A lot of the thoughts that I had were like watching this whole movie. I was like, I can't tell. Like I think I know the answer, but I was like, I can't tell if this feels like every action movie or if every action movie feels like this. And I think it's probably the latter because of how
yeah.
iconic it is.
I mean, this movie influenced so many action movies
Yeah,
to come.
The Raid.
Like there's so much that like this movie influenced. I think the fact that like the action set pieces in it, like the big moments, the way he survives them for the most part feels believable.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying entirely, obviously like explosions probably would have killed him 10 times over
Yeah.
at that point, but like I also think it's just the escalation of the stakes. It just keeps rising till it reaches a fever pitch
Yeah.
where the roof explodes, and so insane and intense, and like
Or even when he drops
like
the C4 down the shaft and blows up the bottom of the building.
yeah, and like when he's trying, when right the moment right before that, like it's so intense where uh they're trying to send the armored ATV or whatever into there, and
Yeah.
they hit it with a missile launcher. He's like, Hans, you motherfucker, let him pull back. You've made your point. He's
Hit
like,
him again.
thank you, cowboy. I'll take it into consideration. Hit it again. It's
Yeah.
just such great fucking acting from Alan Rickman. Great line delivery. And then when he's just like, fuck this, and he's just so like it it works with his character where he's just a little bit unhinged. He's not like you can kind of see why he'd be a shitty husband in a sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Like when he gets pushed, he's going to do things that probably aren't the smartest idea. And I'm not saying I'm not talking about abuse. I don't think his wife would take abuse, to be honest. Like she's a very strong person.
Yeah, she a bad bitch.
I like she's so fucking hot in this movie. I'm just telling you. And the 80s hair.
It's very 80s.
It's very 80s hair, but goddamn does it work for me.
If that's funny. Yeah, I don't think like I felt he was kind of like resentful for her for getting this big fancy job and like, you're what?
Do you want to know something wild about this actress?
Sure.
Bonnie Bedelia.
Uh-huh.
Bedelia, I don't know if that's her stage name. Her birth last name though is Culkin.
Uh-huh.
Macaulay Culkin and Kieran Culkin are her nephews.
Oh, weird.
That's wild.
That's so funny. I didn't know that. Huh.
That's so funny, man. That's crazy. And she's still doing movies too, by the way. She was in a movie called The Hill with Dennis Quaid, though, so that could be a conservative type of bullshit. I don't know. And then The Noel Diary on Netflix, which is an American Christmas romantic comedy.
Yeah, that sounds like a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
If it's not religious, it's diet religious. Diet religious.
Yeah, seriously.
And the director,
anyway, sorry.
I was like, wait, John McTiernan? This guy's name is, the character of this movie, this big action hero star, is John McClane, and your name is John McTiernan. I was like, did you self-insert this a little bit?
Fun fact. Let me double check too. So this movie is based off a book called Nothing Lasts Forever.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a James Bond.
It's a retired NYPD detective, recovering alcoholic Joe Leland is visiting the 40-story office headquarters of the Claxon Oil Corporation in LA on Christmas Eve, where his daughter Stephanie Leland Gennaro, Holly Gennaro, works. So it's a very loose adaptation of it. Fun fact though, this book was already like, it had been optioned to become a movie and it had a whole bunch of like stuff with it, but in order for the movie to get made, in order for Die Hard to get made, because of previous licensing agreements to how the book was licensed for films, they had to offer the role of John McClane to one other actor, and if that actor turned it down, then they could cast Bruce Willis. They were fairly certain this actor was going to turn it down because that actor was Sean Connery.
Wow.
1989, put it in perspective, 1989 Sean Connery is the Last Crusade Sean Connery.
Yeah, he's already
he's up there. He's not doing this type of stuff.
No.
In 1989. So that's a bit of a fun fact. And I believe also who wrote the screenplay. Oh, Stephen E. D'Souza is one of the writers on it. He wrote so many of your favorite 80s, or like worked on some of your favorite 80s action flicks. I'm pretty sure he worked on, I don't know if he is like a producer or something on it, but he worked on Predator.
Okay.
And he worked on a bunch of different, like let's see, hold on. He worked on Die Hard 2, The Running Man, Commando, 48 Hours. Like he was a film writer for all those movies.
Yeah, a lot of Arnie's in there.
Well, 48 Hours is Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte.
Huh.
Commando and Running Man are Arnold, obviously. Then Die Hard 1 and 2, but he also did Hudson Hawk.
I don't know that.
Which is a Bruce Willis movie.
Oh, interesting.
Anyway, but there's a thing in this. I don't think it comes up in. It comes up in Die Hard 2, if I remember correctly, but he created like a fictional country. I forget what it's called.
Huh.
And if you ever watch Die Hard 2, there's like a character that comes from that country, and it's a part of the country itself is important, but the character It's hard to. I don't want to spoil it for you because once again, Die Hard 2, kind of similar to Die Hard 1, has like some attempts at a plot twist type
Yeah.
of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and talking about the people who made it, I was like, oh wow, oh Valverde.
Thank you, Valverde. Thank you, Jimmy.
That sounds cool. I was like, I looking up what else the director did, and I was like, wow, John McTiernan, director of beloved films such as Predator, The Hunt for Red October, and Rollerball.
Well, also, Last Action Hero is very popular,
Last Action Hero is great. I mean,
and also,
Die Hard, Predator, Hunt for Red
hold up,
October, these are great.
up. Credit where credit's due. Die Hard with a Vengeance is actually really good. The Thomas Crown Affair also very good.
Yeah, and Jimmy, I feel you. I actually loved Rollerball too when I saw it. I don't know if it would hold up if I saw it again today, but I do know that it is almost like exclusively panned by all the critics. I think it's got like a 10% or something on Rotten Tomatoes. I love it though.
He also directed another Pierce Brosnan, because Thomas Crown Affair is a Pierce Brosnan film.
Okay.
He also directed a movie called Nomads, which is a horror film from 1986, starring Pierce Brosnan.
Nice. I love Pierce Brosnan.
That's kind of wild.
That's my bond.
I do too. Yeah, buddy.
Well, overall, I really thought that it landed.
Awesome.
There was a lot of like, is this just it being the 80s, like I know he's like grounded and relatable, but like for most of the movie, like I was like, I don't really like this guy. Like, yeah, he just like, I shouldn't say most of the movie. Once the action starts and he goes into like
he's not a character anymore.
Where he's not a character, he's a vessel. Yeah. I don't know. I was like, I want to root for him more because I don't know. Yeah, the whole like, he's got the estranged wife and he's checking out all these women and he's like giving her shit for like having this nice cushy job that she earned, and she's like telling him like,
but that's his character growth, because he realizes that he was wrong and he should have been more supportive at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Like he had, like, I will say, I disagree on the checking out other women. I just think he was judgmental. Like, I didn't like the way he was looking. It didn't feel like, it felt more like, fuck, who are you? Like, it felt more like accusatory, very like paranoid copish, if you want to go with that.
Yeah. I guess it's marginally better. Maybe.
But I like the fact that he's just like, I should have been more supportive.
Yeah.
I'll let you finish your thought.
Maybe we're at the exact same spot with Neja, where I wanted him to get there way sooner.
That's fair.
And not at the end when everything's all said and done, because she's like, she kind of forgives him for everything only once she realizes that he did it and he's survived. Like, I kind of wish they were able to talk, like at some point in the movie and he got to like apologize to her, and not like at the very, very end of the movie.
Well, and technically you never see him apologize to her. He apologizes to her through Al Powell, because he doesn't think he's going to survive. That's true. With that said, that is him coming to the realization. Like, to me, that still works because he's saying what he should say to her because he thinks he's going to die. He doesn't think he's going to be able to speak to her again. So he's trying to get as whatever information he can out to somebody. So I
do like that moment a lot. I love when Al goes like, you know, tell it yourself,
partner.
Yeah.
Now, do you care? It's mild spoilers. Do you care about spoilers at all for any of the other Die Hard movies? Like, it's extremely mild spoilers.
If it's mild, I don't mind, but I am probably going to watch the rest of them, or at least keep going until they start sucking.
Something I really like is that if the relationship between him and his wife feel believable, and the reason I say that, this is a very minor spoiler because I think you see it in the third or fourth movie. They don't stay together. Like, it's like the problems they had that led to their separation in the first movie don't ever fully get resolved.
Right.
Now, you don't necessarily see it. All of that happens off screen because the focal point is the action set piece. But like, they don't do the, like, at least in the second movie, they don't do like he's not estranged from his wife again in the second movie. They're together and just something else happens. I'll spare you all that. I believe in the third movie they're estranged at that point, and the fourth one, she's not in it at all. I think, in fact, Die Hard. I think the first four Die Hard movies are actually fun and like. Let me put it this way: you ever see like a movie series where like the first one is like, I'm not saying you think this. I know you don't think it this highly, but let's say it's like A. The first one is A plus. Let's say Die Hard 1 is A plus. Die Hard 2, I actually think it's like a B. Die Hard with a Vengeance, the third one, I would rank higher than Die Hard 2. It's
Oh,
really good.
well, Fast and Furious then.
The fourth movie, it's like one of those ones where it's so dumb, it's fun.
Okay.
It's like objectively, it's worse than I would say all three.
Yeah.
But it's just fun. Kevin Smith is in it too.
Oh, that's funny.
The fifth movie's just straight up bad. Like it's not watchable.
Oh, okay. Is that the one
So
with Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
no, that's Looper. You're thinking of Looper, which is good too, by the way.
Doesn't he play his, or is it Shia LaBeouf that like plays his son?
It's Jai Courtney is the actor who plays his son.
Wow, I don't even know who that is. Never mind.
He was a thing for maybe a hot minute and then was not a thing.
Okay. Looper, since you brought it up, I don't know about underrated, but not a movie that I loved that I want more people to talk about.
It's a good movie. I watched it. It was fun.
Yeah.
Also, there was a fucking great tie-in song from Breaking Benjamin with it.
Oh my God, hell yeah. And that's on Halo 2.
Breaking Benjamin just tied in with a bunch of cool shit, man.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah, overall, I don't know what I would rate it yet. I want to think about it a little bit more. I am going to make a proper review graphic, but I don't see it going lower than a 7.5 or an 8. I thought it was really solid. I definitely can see how every action movie after this was kind of just doing this. Like it almost like it seems like a very important movie. Even if I wasn't like completely blown away, I was like, I kind of left that kind of like, I liked that a lot. I'm not, going to go out and be like, Die Hard's the best. But I did like it a lot. It was solid. And I think it's really important of an action movie. That type of character, it created like a structure and a character type in and of itself. Like we were talking about, like the Raid would probably never exist if not for of this movie, or like the Judge Dredd, the Carl Urban Judge Dredd movie, where he has to go up into that tower. That movie was awesome.
I'd even argue like the everyman action day, that like the everyman action hero that kind of came out of it a little bit. Like you wouldn't like Taken, for example. Like movies like Taken, as much as the plot and structure of Taken is nothing like Die Hard, it's still like this dude who you are not expecting to be an action hero suddenly becoming an action hero.
Yeah. Or even going all the way up to some newer stuff like that one. I think it was called Nobody with Bob Odenkirk. Yeah. I heard that was good. I never
saw that. I watched a bit of it, but I didn't like. It didn't hook me, and I'm not saying it was because it was bad. You ever like start a movie and then you like realize you're not in the mood to watch a movie?
Yes.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
It was kind of like one of those moments.
My version of that is it had been loosely on my list to watch because I was like, it came out, I heard it got really good buzz, and then as soon as I saw that there was a second one, I was like, I don't want to watch this one because I'm gonna want to watch. Then I'm gonna have to feel like I have to watch the second one, and so I just gave up. But I'll probably go back and watch it at some point. Anyway, yeah. Overall, really liked it. Very cool. Very, very timely, iconic. Another word that gets thrown around a lot, but I think is apropos here. It's an iconic movie. It's like one of the great action movies of all time.
And I think it does such a good job of building. It doesn't feel like they rush. Like the stakes just keep getting layered and layered and layered. It just gets more intense slowly.
Yeah,
but not too slowly. Like it's how can I put this? It's a perfectly paced action movie.
The pacing was one of the things that I'm 100% on board. One of the things that I said to Polisa about after I watched it, I was like, that movie was paced excellently, which probably also led to the video game kind of feel, and the whole, you're going through this building. I was getting shades of Metal Gear Solid, and or Metal Gear, I guess, at that point, because Solid wasn't even out yet. Um, actually, did you know that there was? Did you ever see in the arcade like a Die Hard arcade video game?
Yeah, I never saw it in person, but I know of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was actually a kind of an Americanizing of a series called Dynamite Deca, or over here it was just Dynamite Cop.
I think I've heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. I think I talked about them on my when we talked about Dreamcast, because it's one of my favorite Dreamcast games. And so when it first came over here, they were like, should we just make this like a Die Hard game? And they just called it Die Hard Arcade, and it has nothing to do with the movies at all. It's just kind of like, oh, slap that logo on there, slap that name on there.
I think I've heard that before. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very fun though.
Now, before we move on to Police Story, I have
Yeah.
one fun continuity error that I
Oh.
didn't want to say before. So the beginning of the movie, when Hans Gruber and his team are in the back of the truck,
Yeah.
and they open it and they walk in, and they go into the building. That's how they enter the building, right through the parking garage, and they're all hiding in the truck, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the movie, for their getaway vehicle, there is a van in the back of that truck that gets driven out,
Right.
and you don't see that van in the back of the truck when they're walking.
Oh
in.
my God! Right. Where did that come
it's
from?
very, and literally the funniest thing about this is I listened to a podcast where actually it was that Matt Gorley podcast I mentioned, the I was there too.
Full
He
circle.
interviewed the screenwriter Steven D'Souza,
Huh.
and Steven D'Souza said like, yeah, like we noticed that in the edit, but we couldn't change anything. Like it was too late to change
Yeah.
anything. So they're like, well, let's just hope no one notices.
There's not
Really-
going to be
really
something called the
funny.
internet that becomes really big pretty soon, where people can talk about this stuff.
It's so funny, man. It's a great interview. If you ever get a chance to, if that podcast is still up for free, that interview with Steven D'Souza was one of my favorite podcast interviews. Like I still remember that fun fact from like probably like 8 years ago now.
But did he interview Kip Waldo? Was he there too?
You know what? You know what? I know I'm 99.9% certain he did not. But I
Kip
know you're
Waldo.
telling a joke. But now I'm curious, like what people like, just to give you a taste of it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he did 100 episodes.
Wow.
And it looks like they all came out from behind a paywall because they were only 3 years ago now. But originally, the episode aired like a while ago. I know that for a fact. Like these all came out in like the first one started in 2022 on the feed. I know for a fact it was like a lot more than that. But
Yeah.
he interviewed. Hold on, you're gonna love this.
Okay.
He interviewed the passengers of the bus on Speed, from the Keanu Reeves movie Speed.
That's amazing.
So he did that.
That's so random.
He interviewed Jeanette Goldstein, who is it's funny, it would be problematic for her to do this now, but she played Vasquez in Alien.
Aliens. Oh, hell yeah. Hey, Vasquez, you ever
she's-
get mistaken
she's
for a man? No, have
A
you?
very Jewish white woman playing a Hispanic character.
What? Are you serious?
I'm gonna double check if she's actually white, or maybe she's not white, but she is like Goldstein. Andrew.
Goldstein, come on. You're not anything Steen if you're not. Like, straight up. Wow. Jimmy said
I
Kip
don't-
Waldo was the first one to die in Order 66. That's what I was saying earlier. I was like, he's got the most Star Wars sounding name ever. Like, Kip Waldo reporting in, the pilot from... Now I'm just doing Zap Brannigan. Kip Waldo's back from his run on Corellia.
I'm trying to see what else there is, but yeah, he interviews a lot of really cool people. He interviewed Phil Lamar for Pulp Fiction.
I
guess
ran into Phil
had
Lamar
a-
last weekend.
at the convention.
Yeah.
Right?
Not outside the convention. Like I was just, we were
Oh,
just
really?
on the street, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I don't do guests at convention. One, because I'm in a happy relationship, but No, I don't like meet guests or do a lot of like signing stuff at conventions unless I'm like super stoked.
Yeah.
And I've been to several conventions that Phil Lamar was there, and twice now I've ran into him like separately, just outside of the con, just been like, "Oh shit, Phil Lamar!" And he turns around, and I'm just like, "Hey, like." Both times I was like, "Thanks for all your work, man," and he was like, "Yeah, thank you, take care." And I was like, "Nice guy."
That's really cool.
Yeah, just be like, "Yeah, I just ran into fucking Static Shock outside."
Anyway, so I'm glad you liked it. I wasn't quite sure. I'm very curious what your thoughts on the next one are, because like we already said, Jackie Chan's character is not a good person in that movie.
Yeah.
All.
Oh god. So yeah, we're going back in time a little bit. This one was 1985, which
Also in a different, like completely different culture.
totally.
And I just to be clear for anyone who is listening who has seen this before, I don't like this movie for those moments. I do think there's some funny elements that come out of Jackie Chan's horrible sexism.
Yeah.
But,
On and off screen, I hear.
Yeah, apparently he's not always the greatest off screen. But I watch a movie as you do for almost any martial arts movie, the fight scene choreography and the stunts.
Hell yeah.
So I'm excited to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, and I am, unless it's, I don't know, it takes a lot for me to, maybe not a lot. I can more often than not separate things. Like I still love Baby Driver, even though
Kevin
Spacey's creepy ass is in it. And is creepy towards like a young boy character, a young male character in that movie. I still love that movie. It's incredible. Jackie Chan's character in this movie is so unlikable for most of, actually I shouldn't even say that. He's only unlikable when he's dealing with women. Like he's so shitty to women, especially his girlfriend, his sweet girlfriend May, who like did all this stuff for him. She makes a surprise party for him. She's always there for him. He later in the movie, she comes to his rescue on her little moped, and then he takes it and leaves. And I was like, how does she get home? Like, what the fuck? They're out in the middle of nowhere. Hey,
yeah,
I'm jumping ahead a bit.
I think that what's most frustrating too is like his big crux of his issue with his girlfriend is that she doesn't understand the type of work he's doing. And I'm like, that would be fair if you took the time to fucking explain to her what's going on.
Yeah, have an adult conversation.
You never do, and then just expect her just to accept what's happening, even though she sees her boyfriend gallivanting around with another woman.
Right. Yeah. I do think, like, not to come to his defense, but I think she did react a bit extremely too fast when he came home with another woman. And he was like, yes. He immediately was like, oh, he starts to explain it. And she's like, no, fuck you. Cake in the face, runs away. I was like, okay, so they're both a little problematic. But then from that point on, she gives him the benefit of the doubt so many times. And he is so shitty to her that it's almost like a running joke. Like how much of a bad partner he is, and like how she's always
also
there.
Also, just straight up a bad cop. I'm not even
that
saying
too.
That, like I'm not like fully a cab like you are. Like I am to an extent, just to be clear. But at the same time, like this movie does no favors to his police work at all.
Yeah.
The fact that he tried, like the fact that in order to get a witness to cooperate, he's having another police officer pretend to assault her, like that's fucked up.
That was wild.
Crazy. The action scene is hilarious.
Yeah.
But the premise of why it's happening is fucked up.
Yeah, I thought that scene was hysterical at first because I was like, wow, this is so corny and bad. Like he's like, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna kill you, and I was like, this is so stupid. Nobody would actually do this. And then to come to find out that he was a plant there just to scare her, I was like, oh, that's actually really funny. And it sets up the whole like when somebody actually does come try to kill her, she doesn't take it seriously because he's trying to scare her, and like which again he's like jumping in her window. Jackie Chan's character is like jumping in her window late at night to scare her. Like, what the fuck? Look how dangerous it is.
I really think there's so many things that like I don't want to just write off as cultural differences because I don't know. Like I don't know 1980s Chinese culture. You know, like I'm not gonna, I can't say what it would be different or not. But either way, it's problematic
Yeah,
to say the least.
for sure. Um, I thought it was hilarious in the beginning when they all got their briefs. They had like 4 seconds to memorize it before they just like shredded them. I was like, maybe that's why all this shit's going wrong, because like nobody has these details. And when it
When he
executes,
fucking pees his pants because he can't remember all the details.
he pees his pants aggressively, very fast and very hard. It was like he was squirting. It's like it was just that close up. I was like, oh my god, it's like spraying through his. It like, and it all comes out at once, like somebody just turned a hose on. I was like, damn, somebody hitting that spot. But that I did notice some really cool cinematography in that first fight scene, with specifically the use of. There's one particular moment that I loved. Like obviously, it's got to be hard for cameras to follow action scenes, but there was one really static moment where the camera's like kind of in a corner of an alleyway, and there's like a fisheye lens, and it's the curvature lets you see down both like directions of the alleyway, which is super cool because stuff's going on over here on the left, stuff's going over here on the right, and it's all just adds to the chaos, but the camera's not moving at all. And it was a quick moment, it was fast, but that was the first time I noticed like, oh wow, no, they're actually doing some really interesting things with the camera here.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
The one thing that is important to note about this movie is similar to Die Hard. I guess it was kind of the accidental theme of this. These Die Hard and this are two of the most influential action movies of all time. Die Hard we've already talked about.
yeah.
The reason I say this, have you ever watched Bad Boys 2? Michael Bay's Bad Boys 2?
Ages ago, but yeah.
The opening scene of Police Story is ripped off in Bad Boys 2. Not
Oh,
quite shot for shot, but like there's a scene where
the
they're
bus?
driving through the slums of LA, and they're going down the hill, like cars going through
Oh yeah.
slums. Almost not. It's not shot for shot, but it's very clearly ripped off or inspired by from Police Story. The bus scene was directly there's a movie called Tango and Cash with Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell
Oh, okay.
from 1989, only 4 years later, but
Yeah.
like 1989, and it's the beginning of the movie. Sylvester, there's a giant tractor trailer like barreling down on Sylvester Stallone, and he points his gun at it and fires up in the air. The guy stops and falls out, type of thing.
That's wild.
And it's like this. And another fun fact, that bus scene in the beginning with Jackie Chan in Police Story, now the iconic scene, when that bus stopped and all those stunt actors were supposed to it fell through the window,
Yeah.
they were supposed to land on the car.
Yup. I remember. I knew that, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, I
And
think this
they
is
didn't.
where those guys fall out onto their freaking necks.
Yep.
Ugh.
I think the reason this movie, like, I love it so much is because you can see the sacrifice the stunt team put into this.
Yes. I mean, that's
Like
pretty much every.
element.
Yeah, that's pretty much every Jackie Chan movie. But like, was this like his first like big movie?
First,
or
I believe it's his directorial debut.
Okay,
or
yeah,
close to it.
I noticed that when I was watching the credits. I was like, oh shit, he directed this too. And you know, even at the end, which my favorite thing about Jackie Chan movies is seeing some behind the scenes stuff at the end, the bloopers at the end. He's like directing like during the fight that he's in. He's like, okay, no, you can see him like, no, you come over here like this. And I was like, I can't even fathom the amount of work that went into that. And I remember that bus scene. I remember seeing that scene and hearing that, yep, those stuntmen were not supposed to fall out of a 2-story bus onto their heads.
Yeah.
And some of those, like, you can tell when someone actually gets hurt and when someone is pretending to be hurt in a movie. Oh my god. Like the guy who gets shot in the heart earlier in that scene and just starts like rolling around on the ground like like he was stung by a bee.
Oh, sorry. This was not his first directorial debut. He directed a movie called, I think, Dragon Lord from '82 was his directorial debut.
Oh,
I
okay.
think. Which that movie for a while held the world record for the most number of takes to complete a scene.
Wow. Which is weird because
according to Wikipedia, it took 2,900 takes.
Jesus. What?
I don't. I'd have to do more research to like make sure that's correct still. But
I'd love to know what kind of scene that was because
it was like the purported thing is there was like a human pyramid scene where like a bunch of like stunt actors and everything were like trying to climb up this pole, but like they kind of formed like it's basically like just 100 different actors all trying to go after this one target, and to choreograph all of that and get it to his expectations was just like insane.
Woof.
Well, I don't know. 2,900 takes is what's in Wikipedia, but they even say in the Wikipedia article it's like not like it hasn't been 100% confirmed type of thing as to like which scene and blah blah. But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and it's nuts because I wrote something down about like how many takes could they have even realistically had, especially when they're like destroying the like shanty town and the cars are coming and just smashing through all this stuff. You really only get one at that point, unless it's like, okay, build this whole set again for however long it took.
Excuse me.
And I said one thing I wrote down was like, as soon as you see Jackie Chan grab an umbrella, you know shit's about to get real. I was like, here we go. And he's hanging off the bus.
Hanging on the side of the bus while it's whipping around corners and shit. And like
fast.
Having to like, it's going fast. He has to like lift his legs up as cars go underneath him and shit.
Yeah. The speed at which the stunts in this movie are done are astounding. Like at some point, so I watch almost all of my content on YouTube, or even if I'm listening to podcasts like at like 1.5 times speed, sometimes even faster. And sometimes I'll watch a video on YouTube or something and it'll be automatically playing really fast and I'll be like, oh wait, I have to put that back on normal speed, like if I'm watching something with Belisa or something. That's how it felt watching the stunts of this movie. I was like, is this movie playing fast or like are they just going full speed? Like,
it's crazy, man. Like so many of the fight scenes are so good. Like the first fight scene that blows me, not just like stunt, like the fights, like the stunt, it's all stunts in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
But the first like true blue fight scene is after he tries to convince Selena that I think it's her. I don't know how they localized it in your version. The version I watched, it was Selena was the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Selena
Fong. Yeah. That's what, and she went after the whole ridiculous scene of his buddy trying to pretend to like attack her, and the scene that makes me laugh every time with that, just a quick digression, is like after his buddy gets knocked out and he's holding his head up with his teeth on the mask. He's like,
see, he's fine. I'm still fighting him. And he's just doing like Kung Fu Weekend at Bernie's.
It's genuinely a good comedic bit.
Sure.
Fucked up premise, but a genuinely good comedic bit. But after that,
the alleyway like car fight
before
scene?
she finds out the fight at the car, right? Like, oh my god, he does like the flip and then like brings his feet through and kicks the guy in the chest.
Yeah. Or when he jumps like through the windshield. Doesn't he at some point like jump through the windshield of the car? Oh my god. There's so much glass in this movie.
There's a fan nickname for this movie is called Glass Story.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. That's the through line between Die Hard and this, not just the propaganda. Yeah, these stunts, holy shit. And for it even being 1985, I was like, oh my god. I'm already like, I would consider myself a Jackie Chan fan, even though I haven't watched like a lot of his movies. I'm always like, I love Jackie Chan movies. This made me like, I gotta watch the next one. I gotta watch all of them. I know there's a million of them.
The second one is really good as well. It's a little too long.
Okay.
But it's got it's also equally just like crazy good fight scenes.
Yeah.
Like, the third Police Story has Michelle Yeoh in it.
Right. Yes. That scene. I saw this scene with them with a train. It's either a train or like a truck. Like a
it's a helicopter and a train.
Yeah. Oh my god! And I saw the scene where she almost falls off the car on the highway, and he like grabs her by the belt.
So apparently, the only reason Jackie Chan did the helicopter stunt in that movie is because Michelle Yeoh was showing him up. Like
Yeah.
he's like, I can't have this. I'm the star. I think I'm sure there's a lot of sexism. I'm not trying to defend it
Yeah.
in that accent. Like
Oh, she
I'm
has
sure there
said
was sexism behind.
she has said out loud on many occasions that he was like
Over.
horrible to her because she was a woman.
Yeah, and man, did she like. The only defense I can offer is that since he's the star of the movie, you want the star to have like the biggest thing. With that said, does not excuse his behavior at all.
Yeah.
Especially now that I did not know that she said that. So especially now knowing that, like, I wonder if he's changed. I wonder if he's been better in more recent years. But like, man, like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can only hope so, but I don't imagine so, unfortunately.
I mean, who knows? I mean, people change over time too, man. Like people do change. It's just that you just don't know. Like
Yeah.
unless there's someone else more recent who can say.
I hope.
I hope too,
But
because
yeah.
I don't want my memories of when he eventually passes to be that he was a awful misogynist.
Like Chuck Norris.
Yeah. Was Chuck Norris misogynist?
Rest
I know
in
he
piss.
was Republican, but I don't
That
know if
usually
he-
comes with the territory, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I
but that's
just
just an assumption. I've met other conservatives who aren't like
well, sure.
misogynists.
That's why I said usually. I've heard just in many ways that he was a very bigoted, not so kind to any marginalized group.
That I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. I haven't heard that, but I also haven't really looked. So that usually means that there's probably a lot out there.
Yeah.
The other thing I was gonna say, Rush Hour, not Rush Hour. I love the Rush
I
Hour.
love Rush
movies, though.
Hour.
What
Kinda.
is it?
Lee.
Genuine question: do you think the racial jokes in those movies still work? Or are they problematic?
Ooh. There's
think
one that
they
comes to
work
mind,
'cause
like when when Jackie Chan says the N-word.
That one, I think, like I equate to him not know, like it's him being ignorant, and then
Right.
he learns.
I know, but
It's kind of like, you know how like the Robert Downey Jr. did blackface, but because the joke of it was the absurdity of it,
yeah,
it's like not really. Now I don't think that's a great comparison for this, because I don't think that's not the point of the joke. I don't know. I feel like it's very like they poke fun at each other a lot in those movies.
yes, I think there are ones where it's
I
more
don't
like
know.
punching down at other people's expense. Like the one that I'm thinking of is I think in the second one where he's like,
Where he hits Jackie Chan, and he goes, "Oh, y'all look alike."
oh, yeah, there's that. I was thinking more when they were at the at like the parlor and he's like looking at all like the sexy Asian women, and then Jackie Chan comes in and he's like, "Don't ever interrupt a black man when he's at the Chinese buffet." I was like,
No,
"Oh
he
my
just says
god!"
a buffet. I think. I don't think he says Chinese buffet.
Oh well,
It's still a bad joke though, because it's making it's
it's objectifying.
women
Yeah,
awfully.
I
But no,
thought
I was just curious about it. I was just curious, like, what are your thoughts on?
I think
real quick
because they
before-
are both non-white, that there is a lot of, like you said, like them each poking fun at each other. That I think probably. I mean, obviously, I'm not the authority on if this is
Yeah.
problematic or not, but I'd have to go back. I haven't watched them in a while, but I think probably for the most part it has aged pretty well.
The fourth Police Story movie is called First Strike, which came out in 1996. That one, Jackie Chan goes to Australia. Like,
Oh.
it's a wild movie.
Was that not Jackie Chan's first strike here?
Yeah, it was called Jackie Chan's First Strike. It was actually Police Story 4, though.
Whoa.
Yeah, I didn't know that for a while, too.
I thought he went to Russia in that one.
Maybe at some point. It's been a while.
I
since
love
I've
that
seen it.
movie. I have it on DVD.
And then in 2004, he did New Police Story, which gets rid of the action comedy and goes straight to like action thriller,
Oh,
and it's really good.
really? Okay, I wasn't sure how I felt
Like,
about the.
Jackie Chan does dramatic work in it, and it works. No pun intended.
Yeah, there was one that he did that was kind of like Taken, where he's like trying to get his daughter or something back. Holy crap! What the hell is that? It's a big ass bug in here.
What?
Flying
Oh,
around.
okay.
What are
I'll have to
you?
see. I'll have to see which one it was for him trying to get his daughter back.
Yeah,
Um,
trying to decide whether I should be concerned or not by whatever that is.
in 2016, he did a movie with Johnny Knoxville.
What?
It's called Skip Trace. Yeah.
Okay,
I watched it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like great, but it wasn't bad.
interesting.
Anyway, so sorry, we got off track, and it is 11 o'clock. So
Yeah.
not trying to wrap it up, but just to bring it back to Police Story and let you continue your thoughts on it.
Let's see. Let me go through my notes. I had some like prediction things that ended up being wrong. I thought the rest of the police were trying to frame him, but it was this Chew. I mean, one of them was corrupt. I thought it was hilarious that his character's name was Detective Chan. I was
Chan
like,
Cockby, or however you're I apologize to anyone who I don't know.
yeah, I was like Kakui. So you mentioned something about the translations. Was there random like guys with Western names in that movie for your version?
I'm not sure.
Because
there is like John Coe or John Cho or Chow in a second English dub. Like they do. There's Danny Chu, Chief Inspector Raymond Lee.
yeah, they were. So I didn't watch it dubbed. Like I watched it in Chinese, but they kept just saying like, yeah, let me go talk to Raymond or like Robert, and I'm like, who are these people? And it didn't even sound
Yeah.
like in the dialogue that they were actually saying those names though. So maybe it was just like a Western. I don't know, Westernized version of it. Okay, we talked about all of this. Just a classic, like, I noticed, I think you showed me a comparison one time, this comparison video of Western to Eastern martial arts movies and how they're shot and how ours are.
Every frame of painting is the YouTube video.
Yes!
YouTube channel. Excuse me.
I love
that does
their
a video
videos.
on this. Yes.
Yeah, and just how ours are like much tighter close up, faster cuts. You can't really tell what's going on. Asian martial arts films are like pulled back, and they're like, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. You're gonna feel it. Like when somebody gets kicked in the chest, you're gonna feel like you got kicked in the chest. Like it's just so much more. It just feels so real and visceral, and it shows how intense these stuntmen go. These stunt people go. Like holy shit! Whatever they're getting paid, they need to get paid more, and stunt people need more recognition at the Oscars. Oh my god.
Dude.
Yeah, just incredible stunt set piece after another. We got I said there's a oh right, because she's I'm kind of jumping back to the cake scene. She slams the cake in his face, then somebody else slams the cake in his face, and then the girlfriend has a third cake that she then slams into his face. And then I have a note that was like, oh, we got the fourth cake of the movie when we saw Jackie Chan's bare ass in the shower.
You see his ass a lot in movies.
Really? I feel like that was the first time I noticed it anyway.
And a surprising amount of Jackie ass in some of these.
That's funny.
Not like, I'm not going to say it's like a ton, but I've seen it at least in 2 other movies.
Yeah. He's like cut as hell in this movie too. He's like, when he's changing after that, like his fucking abs are just chiseled.
Dude, Jackie Chan, how old would he have been in this movie? He was born in 1954. He would have been 31.
Okay.
When this movie came out, 30 when he was filming it.
Wow.
So like the run of movies he goes on between 1985, like he has some good stuff before 85. Like Project A is pretty good. Meals on Wheels is phenomenal. Not because like the story's great, but it's got one of the best fight scenes ever put to film with him and a kickboxing champion, Benny Urquidez.
I think I've seen that fight.
Like the one like AVGN did a video, not in character, but like James Rolfe did a video on like best Jackie Chan fight scenes. And that's in that fight scene. There's a kick that's so swift it puts out candles. Like
Yo,
they go right over top of candles, and it takes the oxygen out.
that's awesome.
But like 83 and 84 is him kind of like finding his like groove with shit. Like he had like other stuff beforehand that was like still good, but then Police Story in 85 comes out, and it's just like, holy shit, this is the Jackie Chan that we know.
Yeah.
Because then Armor of God comes out in 86 the next year. That's like his version of like Indiana Jones kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Police Story 2 comes out in 88. Then what is it? If I keep on go, Armor of God 91, Super Cop 92, Legend of the Drunken Master,
Great one.
the 94, First Strike 96, Rumble in the Bronx.
Hell yeah,
95.
Rumble in the Bronx.
Mr. Nice Guy is also really good in 97. Then he comes to America with Rush Hour in 98. And Shanghai Noon in 2000. Like 85 and on is like where like 85 through like all the 90s is where the Jackie Chan we know of kind of comes to be.
Yeah.
Also, Dragons Forever. If you ever get a chance to, I don't know if that'll be one of the ones I recommend at some point. It's a ridiculous movie, especially because like I didn't realize one of the reasons there's court scenes in Police Story.
Yeah, that's my next point.
It's because it was Hong Kong, which was still under British colonial rule.
Yeah.
In 85.
Yeah, and it's evident in that scene, in that court scene where they have this stupid ass powdered wigs.
What are you talking about? It's normal.
So funny. I was like, oh my god, is this played for laughs or is this just how it actually was? And
that's how it was.
Get the sense.
What's crazy. It's funny to us, but that's how it was.
Yeah. My favorite joke of the whole movie is actually in that scene. It's when that slimy ass lawyer, who I was like, I hate how good this lawyer is. And the tape, playing the tape back is so funny when she like sits on the cactus in real life, but then on the tape she's like, oh, get that away from me, ow, it hurts, oh, what are you doing to me? it's stuck in me and now I'm all wet. And he's like, no. But
It was a cactus, I swear.
Yeah. My favorite joke of the whole movie is when he's being interrogated by the lawyer and he goes, he's telling the story about the bus thing and he's like, well, what time were you there? It was about 6 o'clock. Can you be more precise? It was 5:55. Let's just call it 6 o'clock. I don't know why that line got me so bad.
That's really good.
Be more precise. It was 5:55. Let's just call it 6 o'clock. Yeah, the tape is hilarious. I made a note that just said, girl, he doesn't deserve you, which is probably after the millionth time that May like comes to his aid when he needs her, just for her to like be treated like crap. The fight scene after he like rescues Selena, another incredible one, if not a bit predictable. Like this was one that I watched with Polisa, and she was like, wow, look at like they're so dangerously close to that window, and I was like, somebody's gonna go through it. And as soon as I said that, the dude went smashed through the window. And then I was like, it's so funny because I literally said this out loud. I was like, they're fighting and punch each other and stuff. And I was like, we just had like a big shootout at the beginning of this movie. It always seems like they only have guns in scenes where they're not fighting. And then the dude comes through the door with the gun and he's like, everybody stop. And I was like, oh, well, never mind. And then that pool jump that she did. When I wanted to stop and count how many floors up that was, but she's in the air forever.
That's an insane stunt.
Yeah,
an insane stunt.
So much could have gone wrong at so many moments, and they're filming it like, oh my god, nightmares. And
they really just don't take any prisoners with it, man. Like it is just, it's intense.
They put their bodies on the line for the shot, and it is so evident because people destroy themselves. How many freaking bones has he broke doing all this stuff?
Like over 100 at this point.
Gotta be. I remember the weird fake shoe that they put over his cast, and I think it was Rumble in the Bronx.
Rumble in the Bronx.
Because he broke his foot.
Mm-hmm.
And you talked about him doing like more dramatic performances. I thought that when he goes back to the station after all this and he realized that he's being set up and framed, his like crash out in the station when he's holding the commissioner or whatever like hostage and he's freaking out, he's like, you fucking idiots have no idea what's going on, I didn't do this. He's like absolutely losing his mind. I was like, he's doing a great performance here, like more than I expected from him. Like, not to say like he's a bad actor, but that's not necessarily what he's known for, is really good dramatic intense performances, and he delivers especially in that scene. I was like, oh my god, his crash out is incredible and deserved, because I would be insane too. And I love what he says. They're like, you have to trust us, and he's like, I trust you, but I can't count on you, and he leaves. I was like, oh, what a good line. And then I love how the commissioner too was like, I'm just gonna send them after you when I get there, and he's like, well, I'll take my time. Or he says something like, he's like, oh, it's gonna take a while for me to get back. It's fine. Like he kind of lets him go.
Mm-hmm.
Which again, I thought it was I thought they were setting him up, but it was this Chew guy. Which I thought it was very funny when Selena is like, hacks into his database. He's like, she's stealing my data, and she's just printing out like all these text documents and putting it like a physical dossier. I was like, oh my god, right, 1985.
It's the 80s. Like,
my data. Yeah. And then we get to the final set piece of the movie, which is the mall scene. And as soon as I saw those lights, I was like, oh, this is that scene. This is that stunt. Those hanging lights.
Yes.
If you don't know, at the very end of the movie, Jackie Chan jumps from probably like the 4th floor of this mall and grabs onto a metal pole, sliding down through a ton of electric wiring and lights that all are exploding and sparking around him, and then smashes through like a little glass gondola thing. And I remember... I'm gonna just jump ahead to this stunt, but because it's probably the most iconic part of the movie, which the movie is not shy about showing you because they show it from every angle. It's like, this was insane. You got to see this a bunch of times.
It does not work in the it does not work like from an audience perspective, at least for me, where I'm like, okay, I get it, but at the same time, I understand why they did this. Where like Jackie almost died.
Yeah.
We're going to show you every angle you can possibly see of this.
Yep. And I remember seeing interviews, or maybe it's like a little documentary on just that stunt, and he was saying like his hands were burned up, and like he almost like his heart he stopped.
He burned off all the skin on his hands and forearms.
Yeah.
He suffered severe electrocution damage because the crew inadvertently upped the wattage of the lights wrapped around the light fixture.
Oh my god.
He had severe damage to his back, and he dislocated his pelvis.
Yeah. And afterwards, when the credits are rolling, you can just see him like writhing in pain on the ground after this stunt, and it's like,
no, he jumps down and then fucking runs off.
Oh yeah.
Writhes in pain.
That's
I'm like, how the fuck he dislocated his pelvis? How was he running?
Right.
Like, just hopped up on adrenaline.
I know, totally. Like, oh my god. I remember that too. I was like, did he just get up and like you see him like run out? Like, oh my god, you're frozen on a really funny face right now. You're just like,
I am here while we're talking about that. I've been wanting to set the camera like forever now.
Let me bring you
like back. It's crazy. I literally just turn the camera off and back on, and it's fine. That's now.
The classic. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Though it's frozen for you, it looks like. That's weird.
Huh.
Like I see I'm frozen. I look fine on my end. It's really strange.
Huh.
It might be the internet at this point then.
Yeah. Anyway,
even though the audio's fine, I don't get it.
Yeah, audio's fine. Yeah, that stunt, that whole sequence, like that long ass fight scene. The dude has a motorcycle inside, and he's like fighting. He's like trips him with the motorcycle, and then Jackie takes it and smashes the guy through like 17 panes of glass. Like, there's so many, like, I see why this is Glass Story. So many moments of people.
Apparently, I my apologies. The crew called it Glass Story, not fans.
Nice.
Which makes it a little funnier for me that the crew's like, this is insane.
Yeah, this is even too much. There's a scene where even like Jackie gets his face like smashed up against some glass, and I'm sure it's like that sugar glass. I hope so anyway. But
No.
Really?
It was made. It is sugar glass, but it was made twice as thick as regular sugar glass.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So all the cuts and stuff you see, those are real.
Oh,
A lot of those
God.
are real. Also, apparently, because they filmed this after the mall was closed, so a lot of those escalators and stuff, there's no pads on that. So when that dude, like the one that kills me,
I know what you're gonna say.
when he kicks him in between the two glass panes and he slides down. Like, what an insane stunt to like be like, yeah, let's do this and figure out a way to do it, and somehow that guy is still alive, probably.
Yeah, those things are like razor blades too. Like the edge of a, if you've ever like as a kid like tripped going up escalators and hit your knee on the one above you, like that shit slices and dices you. Yeah, there's one where he kicks a guy down and he goes like face first backwards down the escalator, and it's like, oh my god, dude's got to be like shredded cheese. It's like sliding down the cheese grater. Oh, so insane.
So
incredibly edited fights. That last bit of the movie was like almost as impressive to me as did you ever see The Protector with Tony Jaa?
Yeah.
When he goes up that pagoda and he's just that one shot take. Oh my god, that's one of the most impressive
pieces. But also remember that movie came out in like 2006, so it had 20 years of filmmaking and inspiration. From like, this is done like, I can't say definitively. I'm not a martial arts movie expert. I don't claim to know martial arts movie filmography all that well. But dear Lord, like I don't think even in American cinema, dude, like there is nothing like this movie prior to this. Like 1985 American action movies weren't like this. Not at all. Like
no.
There is nothing like this movie prior to this.
And I didn't see, when I saw my first Jackie Chan movie, which was Jackie Chan's First Strike, aka Police Story 4, I remember being blown away too. I was like, can I have more of this, please? Can I have more of whatever this is? Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Like, holy shit. And I definitely needed, after all this hype of like, going, like knowing that I'm going to Evo and being like, oh shit, I gotta lock in. I gotta like start practicing again, getting back into more fighting games. Police and I are going to play more fighting games. I was like, holy shit, did I need a Kung Fu movie? And it was perfect timing. And I was like, so I think where I will end up, I've said just about everything that I think I want to. Where I ended up was, I had a better time watching Police Story, but I think Die Hard was a better movie. Just like storyline, I felt more compelled by the first one.
Yeah.
Why would there be an American equivalent? What's an American martial arts to showcase at the time? Yeah, I mean, really all there was just like Van Damme.
Well, the closest would have been Bruce Lee coming over and doing American films.
Yeah.
Like,
well, what year was Enter the Dragon?
Because that, as much as I believe Enter the Dragon is an American-made film. I know it's like done in conjunction with Enter the Dragon was 73.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like Enter the Dragon is directed by Robert Klaus, who's an American film director.
Yeah.
Written by Michael Allen, and produced by it was produced by Raymond Chow, who Raymond Chow's the dude who founded Golden Harvest, which was one of the biggest film companies in Hong Kong. I don't know about China. He even started as the publicity manager for the Shaw Brothers, which they were their Shaw Brothers are like the OGs of like martial arts films, type of thing. So like Raymond Chow was huge, and so anyway, so yeah, he was a co-producer on Enter the Dragon. So like that's an American martial arts film. With that said, it is, or not American, but it's like it's it's a martial arts film, and it's directed by it's not Hong Kong or Chinese, right? Like it's not, it was not done by, it was filmed over there. It was like obviously done with uh what is it? It was actually filmed like with not just an American crew, I should say,
Yeah.
or like a Western crew. So it's the perfect example. But if you're going by like the closest American martial arts film at the time, like at the time, I don't know if there was an American martial arts film.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what Jimmy's saying. Or they were just very basic, you know. Yeah, excellent. I kept having to remind myself that it was that how old it was. Um, yeah, I think.
41 years old now. That's
Oh my
crazy.
god, oh my god, that's.
You're not old. Shut up.
I'll be dead soon. uh, yeah, yeah. I really liked these overall. Still wild that I hadn't seen either of them still before this point. Especially Die Hard. Like, I mean, and Police Story. Like, I love a good kung fu movie. I love a good action movie. It made me want to watch the next Die Hard. It made me want to watch the next Police Story. And the broken glass being the connective tissue of these two. Yeah. Overall,
I'm
very
I'm
pleased.
I was really worried because I after I recommended Police Story, because it was honestly off the top of my head. Like one of the reasons, we're talking off mic about like what our next choice is going to be, that I wanted to wait a week till we like give them to each other, our next uh quests, um quarterly quest, is because I have no idea what to choose. Like it's because I can choose anything. So because I can choose anything, I have like I don't know what to like.
Yeah,
Choice paralysis type
totally.
of thing. So when I threw these out, I'm just like, these are two movies that I talk about a lot, that I love. Don't know if you watch them, and then I threw them out. So I I'm glad you enjoyed Die Hard. I'm very glad you enjoyed Police Story, because I wasn't sure if Jackie Chan kind of being a shitheel in the movie would
Yeah,
ruin it for. But the fight scenes are just so goddamn good.
yeah.
They're just so goddamn
And
good.
some of the comedy worked
It's
really well too. Like
Mhm.
the classic Jackie Chan chaotic comedy, like when he's got all the phones. I thought that
Yeah.
was funny. And then he just like leaves them all unplugged. uh
He's like, I don't want to talk to anybody,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is extremely dangerous for a police station if you think about it, because
Totally. Because he's kind of a shitty person. And then it was like
he's not a good person.
he's like again, this dates the movie too, because I was like, oh wow, I forgot that was even a thing. He's like, oh my god, if they catch me, they're gonna demote me and send my ass back to Kowloon. And I was like, oh my god, that's where you were before this? Like the Kowloon walled city? Uh
Oh yeah.
yeah. I was like, holy shit, maybe that does explain some things. Um
Um.
yeah, I would
Yeah. There's so much that's great in this.
yeah. I would say for our next ones, obviously we'll have a week to think about it. I think I know what mine are going to be. I would say something that so I don't think we've said on stream yet, but the goal is to do our next 3 month one and then our 6 months, to give us like longer time to do a
Yeah.
longer experience. So something that, like a video game is obviously not something you can do super easily, super quickly. So give yourself more time, especially if it's a longer game, or like movies and stuff. Is like, yeah, those are 2 hours each usually, a lot easier than doing a video game. So we'll have them uh by the time that it would take to do them. So like I have one for you. I don't want to say like what the genre is or the media, or type of experience, and we're going in pretty much blind. But next week, we'll give each other one to do for the next 3 months and then the next 6 months, and then we will go from there. But I would say, like, I am glad that you recommended me these, but I was like, I wasn't sure what the significance was, and you were just like, I just like them, and you haven't seen them. And I was like, okay. So not that they all have to have some grand thing, but even Neja was just like, I really like them. I think they need to be seen more, and I do think that you'll like them, and I want to like talk about them with you. So it doesn't have to be one that you're like, I know you would love this. It can be something that is slightly out of our comfort zone, or I mean, it could be really anything, as long as we as long as we expect or want the other person to like them. Like, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, go fucking beat Dark Souls. That's your quest. I would be like, he may kill himself
anytime soon.
Yeah,
let me tell you. Oh,
Yeah.
I actually, in thinking of kind of Soulsborne stuff, I am trying something. I have to keep up my end of the bargain. I'm trying to play. What is it? I'm trying to play
Bloodborne?
at least 4 to 5 hours of Bloodborne. Did I talk about this already?
I think so. Last week or last time we
2
met.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Still haven't. I have not played my second round of it, but I will be doing that soon.
Nice. I'll have to. That's on my list. I think it was a PS Plus free game, so I think I have it. But I've never touched it. I've been wanting to go back to. I really want to play Elden Ring, and I said I would start it after Sekiro, and I beat Sekiro, and I still haven't. But yeah, next week we will have some more quests to give each other. I'm so excited about what I have to give you. Not to oversell them, because I know that can work against me, but I have two that are very important to me. So
hopefully I will not be a piece of shit.
hopefully on that day, my shit meter will be empty.
No, hopefully I won't be a piece of shit, and just like I know I kind of tore apart Neja 1. Yeah. So I just don't. I gotta find nicer ways of talking about things that I don't like.
I think there
Is what
are
I'm trying to.
plenty of fair critiques that you brought up. I don't think I think we disagreed on some things and how they landed, but I think that's part of a subjective art. I don't think you were particularly shitty about anything with Neja. Like you may have been about other things that you're like, I don't like it because other people like it. Like, that's like, no, that makes me sad. But you had valid critiques about the first Neja. Like, I think the pacing is kind of wonky in that one, and I do wish that he got to the turning point of his character sooner.
In my own defense, I don't dislike things just because other people like them. I dislike things because I'll try something that other people like, and then it's not as good as people have made it out to be. At least for me, not as good for me as people made it out to be.
Yeah, it didn't land for you
Just
like
to
it
clarify.
did for
Yes
people. Yeah,
and then there, like I've said before, there's sometimes I can understand why something, like I can look at something and be like, it didn't land for me, but I totally see why people like it, type of thing.
Yeah.
And then there's other times where I'm like, it didn't land for me, and I don't understand why it's as popular. Like, I don't understand the fandom behind it.
Yeah.
Like it baffles me. That's where the hipster Josh comes out. But anyway, we've talked about this.
Yeah. I don't think that's necessarily as bad as kind of value statements of like, and therefore it's bad.
I want to make it. I just hold myself back because I think it's shitty to do. I'm just like, I'm refraining from my lesser instincts.
Well, acceptance is the first step, I guess. Well, yeah, this was really fun.
This was fun.
I'm even more excited to do our next one, and we can talk a little bit about what our time frames look like for the length of time to complete some of these experiences. But I know I was telling you this is more for the audience, but I don't necessarily want to just limit it to like movies and games, and I want to kind of be open to many. Say it with your whole chest. Kojima is a goof.
He is a goof.
That's one spot where we don't necessarily align, Jimmy. I'm sad to say. No, I wouldn't say that. He is a total goof, and for all the reasons that a lot of people hate him, I love him
for that.
Yes, I love him for everything that he is. That a lot of people hate.
There's nothing, and as much as I shit on Kojima, I understand why people like his stuff.
Yeah.
I get it. Like I love the first Metal Gear Solid. It was great.
Yeah. But yeah, I was saying earlier, like, this whole idea I've kind of gotten from there's a creator called Wooly Versus, one of my favorite YouTube fighting game creators, and him and this other guy, John from Super Eye Patch Wolf. They do kind of like a similar thing. They do it monthly, but they each recommend like an experience to each other. And I was like, that's exactly what I want to do. Where it's like one of the times was like, go take a, like, one of them's really into boxing, and I was like, go take a boxing class and then see how it goes and come back. Or like the Gundam one I mentioned today, like, go buy a Gundam and build it and paint it and tell me how it goes. Obviously, I'm not into boxing or Gundam, but I don't know if there's something like out of the box or out of the media. I don't want us to feel limited to that. So any experience, it's the experience point. Anything we can talk about. Face tattoos seems like a good end of the year experience. Yeah, that'll be our 9-month one. We each get a face tattoo of each other's face on our face.
We spend a day as Smeagol.
Going out and eating fancy restaurants.
Smeagol goes to Wawa.
Yeah.
We want the jalapeno cheddar pretzel, precious. Give us the gobbler.
It's Thanksgiving. He just wants some mashed potatoes and gravy. So he goes to Wawa.
One turkey fest, precious.
God. And there's a full circle moment for you.
The idea of Smeagol calling a customer service line, just like, hey, when's this happening?
Smeagol gets a gobbler sounds like it's an Always Sunny episode. Totally. The one where Smeagol gets a gobbler. God, that's a great title for this video. I'm probably not going to name it that because the quarterly quest was the main topic, but I will be tempted to. Oh God!
I love it. This Smeagol bit is my favorite thing of the week.
I'm so happy that I will have something to whip out anytime I want to make you laugh.
It's just the idea of him just being like angry at modern inconveniences is the funniest thing to me. I don't know why, just because he's Smeagol. There's this thing that eats raw fucking fish,
Yeah.
and can barely keep himself sane, talks in the third person, talks to himself in his schizophrenic self or whatever it is, split personality self, I should say. And the idea of him maybe imagine him going on a road trip to Canada, going to Tim Hortons, be like, "Get Precious a double or something like that.
Oh shit, we forgot our wallet in the car.
I left my other loincloth.
My other loincloth. Him getting fitted for the suit so he could go.
He left it at Men's Warehouse.
Yeah,
he forgot it. He got into the suit to go to the fine dining place.
I mean,
left his loincloth there.
You said raw fish. Maybe that's why he was trying to get sushi.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my God,
that's true. He's at a hibachi girl yelling at the hibachi stuff like, "Don't cook it."
Yeah.
No, cooks it, precious. We want it raw. We want sashimi.
So stupid. My neighbors are probably like, "What the fuck is he doing?" I have all my windows open too because it's hot. I'm gonna get a brick thrown through it.
Doing a Smeagol impression, yelling out, "It wants it raw."
Which is also what I told the collective your mother.
I think that's a good place to end it.
That's a great place.
I gotta go to bed.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so sweaty. I need a shower after this. Well, thank you as always, viewers, listeners, however you consume this media. Whoops, I pulled you out of the full screen. There we go. Let's go back here. Thank you for your time as always, Josh. Great quest, great conversation. I will probably just for my own viewing purposes watch the next Die Hard and or the next Police Story. Go get them Sweegle Smeats, says Jimmy. Oh, Sweegle. Why can't I speak?
Smeagol Sweats.
Smeagol Sweats. It's like the meat sweats, but it's when you eat too much sushi, which I have quite often because I have a great all-you-can-eat sushi place around here. Thank you, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Happy Trans Day of Visibility. Go to therapy.
Hell yeah.
And I don't know what my recommendation is going to be. Watch Neja 2 and therefore watch Neja 1. And also watch Die Hard. Who hasn't seen Die Hard besides me, though? And go eat some fucking A5 grade Wagyu beef.
Precious.
See you guys. Good night.
Good night.